All right, we are recording. It is official.
Yay.
Boom! Chocks has busted open his
I'm so thirsty.
his Red Bull. Welcome today to this Friday Q&A on Chocks A number 56.
Oh my god.
That's 55 in the bag, not 56. 55 in the bag is when you just started this one. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe. Good evening, Asia. And a very, very late good evening to Australia. How are you guys doing today? Let us know what time is it there, where you're at, and how you're doing. Is it cold? Is it warm? It has been freezing here in Hong Kong this week.
It has, yeah. I
have come in armed with many different layers, and yeah, so it's been pretty cold this week. Yeah. How's it been for you guys? What is up, Stephanie?
Raining a couple of days. Yeah, it's kind of a doom and gloom this week, kind of.
It hasn't been like, it's more gloomy and shit when it's like dark and raining and stuff.
How's it in China though?
Cold. I mean, it's just across the border. It's not like you go across the border. You got to come with me one of these days. You go across the border, it's like, completely different.
You want me to go? You're gonna leave me?
Yeah, of course.
You know what? If I go up there, none of you guys are gonna get your statues, even after Chinese New Year.
They say Red Bull in champagne bottles. It makes for a better popping sound.
Yeah,
that would be cool, wouldn't it?
You should, get that copyrighted.
And then you will get your raise.
Yeah.
Hey, John, you like the cold, do you? Bit of a skiing into a bit of that. Oh, it's really hot in Buenos Aires. How's it going? Argentina. I like it. What time is it there? Hey, Aiden, how's it going? Minus 25 degrees in Toronto. Crazy. And here am I bitching about 14 degrees. That's cold.
Still cold over there. Nice.
Minus 25. But there's a difference, Chocks. There's a fundamental difference between... I was talking to Andreas about this the other day during company lunch. He's from Sweden.
Yeah, his place is cold as well.
There's a difference. When you go out into the cold, Chocks, you're in home, it's all nice and toasty. Right, in Sweden, and I'm going to assume in Toronto and Canada, right, where it's extreme cold. You know that you're in a place of warmth. You wrap yourself up, you peg it out into the cold, and then you make it to wherever you're going, the shops, the office, whatever it is, and then you're warm. You can kind of pace yourself and you can prepare yourself. Hong Kong in the winters and in the China in the factories, it's different. Because it's only cold, and when I say cold, 14 degrees cold, it's only cold for a few weeks of the year, if that, right? And they're not continuous weeks. It's like one day here, one day there. The problem is that you're cold when you wake up in the morning. Yeah. You're cold when you go outside. You're cold when you're in the office. You're cold on the way back, and you're cold at home because there is no such thing as central heating.
It's just a different type of insulation in the building as well. My place now in the morning is like colder than it is outside.
It's like, there you go, right? And it's nothing to do with the club making our hearts cold. No, it's just because it generally is colder.
That's normally on the weekends.
Oh, that's on the weekend. So that's the difference of how it is in Hong Kong and in Asia, or certainly in places.
Same with rain as well. Like back in UK, when it's raining, it's kind of like soft to the touch. You can walk outside without holding an umbrella and stuff. But in Hong Kong rain, it's kind of harsh.
Well, it's a typhoon kind of rain. It's when it rains, it pours. There's no like light drizzle caressing your cheek like it is in
it's different. It's totally different.
Yeah, absolutely. 80-something in Puerto Rico. 80-something. What's that in real weather terms? I centigrade.
Ugh.
Electric blanket. Well, but that's absolutely right. I have an electric blanket as well, JC. But the thing is,
you bought that stuff. Use it.
Are you kidding me, mate? I don't even want to get out of bed.
Over here.
What, an electric blanket?
I just saw it today. Like today when I went to whatever Price Right to buy some shelves for upstairs. Yeah. I was like looking at it. It's like, Jesus, an electric blanket is like 900 Hong Kong dollars.
Yeah, it's like a.
I never used.
It's not like a blanket on the top. It's underneath it. You don't put it on the top. It's like an electric kind of like.
People get electric shock.
Yeah.
People die from electric blankets.
Yeah, no, I know. But at least it died warm.
That's true.
Nice and toasty. So yeah, I mean, and then it's just so you got that constant chill throughout the whole day.
Oh my god, poor Bella. She must be freezing.
She's a bloody Sheba. She's like built for this weather.
Not for Hong Kong weather, right?
She's not built for the summer, but she's built for the cold. So she's all right. She's all right. 30 degrees F. That's really low, isn't it? 31 degrees C is nice. It's a little bit edging and a little bit too hot, but depends if it's dry heat or not. Indeed. But indeed, well, you know, I'm glad those that are having nice weather with totally jelly, and those that aren't, we know your pain. Die warm sounds like dogs. Yeah. 19 degrees Western Australia, 10 p.m. It is coming up to your... You've had your summer now, so you must be going into your autumn. Your autumn, I guess. Is that right? Is that right? The best part about winter in Canada is the insects and spiders go to hell for a while. Yeah,
the cold. Yeah, there's
no mosquitoes.
There's mosquitoes in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
but everyone's all dressed up, like, rolled up.
Yeah, so the mosquitoes are like, what the hell? What's the point? I can't get myself a bit of juicy light, a bit of juicy leg.
But and everyone's dressed in like we are now. Everyone's dressed in blacks and greys and stuff. It's kind of like pretty dull. But then it's Chinese New Year. People are kind of like should be wearing red and stuff.
I'm wearing white here, man.
Yeah.
So in terms of the right, let's kick it off, Chocks. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom.
Right, let's start with some of the notices this week.
Yo.
All right. Thanks for Miguel for providing some of the information this week.
What, he's doing a write up now?
Well, it provided me this. I just had to fill in just a couple of the gaps.
Hey, cool. Yeah. Shout out to Miguel. He's
yeah.
No, hopefully you can start
but still
doing
keep,
all of that.
Yeah, but still keep listening to it because I've added a couple of things in there as well. But anyways, yes, Metal Gear Solid, something that ended on the 30th of January.
Yep.
The neon green and the neon green combo.
Yep.
So guys, thank you very much for rallying for that, and hopefully it was something that you've been waiting for a while because it took us quite a while to get that back up for pre-orders, but hopefully you place your pre-orders. If not, jump on the wait list
for those versions, but
those
of course
versions, including the original Essential Edition as well as the OG camo. Yeah, and then for up until the 9th of February, next Friday, the exclusive Metal Gear Solid will still carry on.
Yeah,
and then after that Friday, we'll close it for 2 weeks, and then it will have a last chance weekend. But don't worry about that. We will update you through newsletters and stuff.
Mikolaj, points. Win that, who that, and then get yourself 8K, mate. All the way.
All right. Stay to the end for that. Right, so that's Metal Gear Solid out of the way.
Can we just be clear about something? Michelle Rodriguez has beaten Johnny DeJesus again.
Yeah.
She did it last week. She's done it this week. She's now 4-3. 4-3 up.
There
you go.
They do this, I bet they just take it in turns, right? So they just balance out.
Well, Johnny took up, got up to at least 1 or 2 ahead of her, and then now she's brought it back 4-3. Very, very nice. Very, very nice.
All right. Right, and then again from next Friday, one pre-order Metal Gear Solid is closing. Then On Steam will open for the last chance weekend. So make sure to check that out from next Friday. And then Dark Souls as well. On Steam Facebook profile, the giveaway, the statue giveaway. We're going to choose a winner once the last chance weekend ends as well. So make sure, we've still got back, a week and a half left for that competition, that statue giveaway. So, if you want a chance to win a On Steam, make sure you change your profile, etc. And then go onto the main post on the main page, leave us a comment for a chance to win a statue.
Sweet.
Yep. And then,
he's got a morning meeting, sneaky getting in there, Michelle. I like it. Any way you can, get the one up.
Right, so those are the pre-orders, Metal Gear Solid and On Steam. Right, some important information throughout this week with regards to shipping items. So everyone's been asking about Majora's Mask. Alex will go into more details with regards to China visits during the weekend review. But in a nutshell, before Chinese New Year, we should be able to get the Canadians, the Europeans, and the UK shipment out before Chinese New Year. That's right. Yep. And then for US, Australia, and Asia, the shipment for those guys will be after Chinese New Year. But depending on some of the final testings that are going through right now over the weekend, yeah, we're waiting for some results. So fingers crossed those pass. If not, then sorry, like things will be pushed further back.
We'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we'll go into more detail,
yeah.
If you guys are aware, Sunny has updated the shipping schedule on the website. Sonic 25th and Jin has been removed from that calendar. We need to finalize a few more things before we confirm another shipment update for those two, Sonic 25th and Jin.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are the items.
Just to say, for the Majora's Mask shipping, going to Canada first, going to Europe first, and the UK first. Actually, it's not as bad as it sounds for the US guys. Well, first of all, when you go to Canada, it takes about 5 weeks to get there.
Yeah.
Plus, it then needs to get on a train all the way from Vancouver. That's where it hits. That's the port. And then it goes across to Toronto, and then it gets dispatched. And then obviously you have to do the processing. Europe's the same. It hits somewhere, then it goes up to Slovakia.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. Sunny, right? But basically there's some land, and that takes even longer. I mean, that's about 4 to 5 weeks as well. Whereas the difference with America, and the same thing for the UK, and UK is slightly faster if you compare it. It just hits the port, and then inland to UK from the port is very close.
Yeah.
But US goes straight to Seattle.
Right.
And then straight up to Blaine in Washington, and then gets dispatched. So it's actually the timing on that. Yes, you got about 2 to 3 weeks of Chinese New Year before booking the next boat, etc., etc. So it's actually not as bad as it sounds. Just wanted to let you guys know that.
Yeah. Right. Apart from that, another topic this week was regards to it's been kind of an ongoing thing with regards to holding packages, because before we mentioned that it was kind of difficult for us to.
No, it's not difficult. It's not allowed for us.
It's not allowed. Yeah, but I'm saying it's difficult in the sense that like for the customer has to contact us, then we have to contact the warehouse in US.
And we can request to hold it.
Yeah,
that's right. But they have to be. That's right.
But there was a lot of hassles, right? For the customer and ourselves as well, back and forth confirming and the time zone difference.
What the warehouse will not let them do is have the customers contact them to give their instructions.
Exactly. Right. And then over the last couple of weeks, we noticed some customers were
tech savvy.
Yeah, tech savvy, and downloading the application, the FedEx app, and actually rescheduling the shipping. And there's like, this is kind of strange. And then kind of saw a couple of guys doing that.
And it worked. Amazing.
So I hit up Sunny to confirm that. And he came back and said that it is doable, it's possible. You can actually go onto the website or download the FedEx app to reschedule your shipping or have that on hold. So you can go to the local pickup and pick that up. So there's an option there for you guys. I mean, ID and signature is still required, but at least you got an option to switch that shipping date. So there you go.
Let me see if this is. I think the comments may.
Something wrong with the comments? Well, actually, let me do.
No, maybe not. Let me see if it's because of the. That's cool. Yeah. So. Let's make sure you're okay with that. Okay, yeah, so what was that all about?
That was the shipping, the FedEx.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
We should make a note of that.
Yeah, hopefully other couriers could offer that kind of service, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah, for like EU guys, because I've seen a lot of people talking about DPD,
It's always not the courier, it's the person who is couriering it, regardless of where they're from. It's not. You can't just say generally
Yeah.
all of FedEx or all of DPD.
Yeah.
It's the person that's
Yeah,
delivering
because
it
some
to
people
you.
have great experience with FedEx and some people don't.
Right. It
So
depends on who
it's-
the person is that's
yeah.
giving it to you. At the end of the day, you need one person to take it from his van to your doorstep,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter what clothes you
But
wear.
we do have the option. You know, people say, "Oh, could you use DHL instead?" And I kind of like, "Hey, Sonny, is that possible?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure." You know, but you have to send an email to CS and request for that. I mean, the extra shipping cost will be. You know,
So we get a discount based on FedEx, for example, in the US.
no, I'm
If you
just
go
saying,
with
if
DHL, it's going to cost more money.
yeah, but
because we don't get the discount.
right. But you know, that's an option there.
If that's what you really insist,
if you
yeah.
really insist DHL, sure, let Brenda know, and then Brenda can organize with Sonny. But you know, extra shipping costs will be, you know.
Indeed. What is up, Sammy? Sammy says, Alex and Chocks.
Yay!
So, Austin, do you work for FedEx? Hearing about FedEx is cool. Time for me to get back to work. Yeah. What is up, Sav?
I don't know. Did we say like in the future we might add those options for those guys?
Yeah. We did. That long ass list.
That long ass list, but you know, it's
Some things are getting checked off.
Yeah, are they? I don't know.
Sorry, how many reward points do you have? Oh, you don't know? Just go look in your account now. Couldn't do that last week.
Yeah, it's
the week
kind of
before.
like old news now.
Took like a year to do it. It's like,
Yeah, how about now?
Have you ever seen? I just like rewatch it, like deflate. I've never deflated so quickly in my life.
Hey, Amanda Kirby.
Oh,
It's
nice.
Been a while. It's been a while. She joined.
She's just received a fighter Kirby.
Yeah.
She knows that if she's received that, it must be time for Warp Star coming up, and Warp Star's in the physical and looking tight. So now it's all about the triple pack, the Warp Star triple pack. Save F4F Kirby with a Warp Star triple pack. Done. That would be nice. Are there any steps in making packaging more solid, no paint issues and stuff? We'll have a conversation about that later.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Boom. Week in review. China visits. I went. Did I go on Monday? No, I was here on Monday. I was here. Yeah, I had my meeting with Thingy Bomb.
Yeah.
So I was here Monday. I went on Wednesday.
You're supposed.
I went on Friday last week.
Yeah.
I went on Friday last week.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So you came back for the stream.
I came back for the stream. Then I was supposed to go back on Tuesday,
Right.
but they couldn't get
the things
it done in time.
ready
So
for you to go.
I
there and
went
check.
on Wednesday. Is that correct? I think I went on Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah. What did I do yesterday? I had company lunch, then I had to go have Harvey's meeting.
Yeah.
Who is like,
Oh yeah, how that went.
he basically, I found out the teacher was basically like, Harvey's just like, you know what he's like? He's kind of like the kind of kid who's like, he speeds past it and goes, oh yeah, nanny nanny boo boo. You're so slow. So for his whole thing is like rings of like spelling mistakes. The whole thing is like full of spelling mistakes.
Yeah.
So he doesn't take the time to do his spelling.
Right.
But I'm like busting out really hard words for him to spell, and he can sort of do it once he sort of gets into it. But he's kind of just not using his. He's just trying to go fast just for the sake of doing it, and to be as in
Just
he
to
who's
finish it
fast,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then to show off that look, I've done it. Except for what he's done is a pile of. Oh, sounds like his daddy.
But the answers are correct, right?
I mean, I guess it's not really correct because he's just like, what did you do today? And he's like, does it in like 5
So
seconds.
like, if somebody goes, you know, what color is the rainbow, whatever, yeah.
It's not quite like that.
It goes blue and green, which is kind of like right. But
You know, it's not quite like that.
answer the whole
It's more like you know, what did you do yesterday, or how, and then just sort of writing comprehension. It was just more like there's no right or wrong answer, except for there is a lot of wrong answers by spelling them incorrectly. So yes,
But it was all right, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then also his Chinese is better than I expected.
Yeah.
As in, his Chinese is better than expected. His maths is middle, but he's like in classes where kids who just go to Kumon, just like you know, Asian parents, and like amazing sort of extra classes and that sort of stuff. So he's sort of middle of the pack. He needs to work on minuses, But yesterday I got him to do additions.
Yeah.
And I got him to go sort of, in double digits, triple digits, quadruple digits. So then I got him to do like 5 digits, and he was like, I can't do that. I said, yeah, you can. And then he could do it.
Right.
So that was cool. So yes, indeed, that was indeed part of the week. But China. So Friday I went with the knowledge to do.
You mean Wednesday?
Friday I went with the pre-production samples that I expected them to make some changes on to review on Tuesday, but they asked me to go on Wednesday, to which I then went and have done a video for it, including my Friday trip.
Majora's Mask.
Sorry, Majora's Mask, yeah. On my Friday trip, and then I approved it to go to packaging.
Yeah.
Subject to a few things, which we can talk about later. Then I went to another factory to go see Jin and Mugen. And there were issues that after, and thank God I go to these ones, because if they continued like that, it'd just be more rework later on.
Right.
But those issues have been identified, and there is an action plan on how to deal with those issues that was evident for all of them. And I want to see, when I go back, that they're all done.
Anytime soon?
But they wanted me to try and do it and let them... The plan was to, like, if their changes were minor, I would have said, okay, you can do those changes and then pack them. I don't need to be here for it. If I was at that confidence to do it, but I wasn't.
Right.
So I said, I need to come back for this. Don't try and rush it up before Chinese New Year. You're never going to do it. So I will go back after Chinese New Year. They're not focusing on trying to finish it before Chinese New Year. Just take it easy. Do the changes, make sure I'm looking tight. By the time I come back, it looks better.
Right.
So that's what we're working on. So in terms of Mugen, he wasn't as far down the road as Jin, but he's looking great.
Jin is Tekken Jin, guys.
Sorry, yeah, Mugen, yeah. So Mugen, and so he's looking great, and but as I said, he's a bit further down the line. He's a bit further earlier in the line. So I can expect both of those to be wrapped up pretty soon after Chinese New Year. It's going to be a lot of stuff after Chinese New Year. Look, obviously this year is going to be a lot more releases. So we've obviously had 3 this year so far. The big MM is coming out right after Chinese New Year and before Chinese New Year, if everything goes smoothly. Spyro is going to be finishing right up after that. Just said Jin. Just said Mugen. Katamari's out the door. Silver's out the door. That's already 9. We did a reorder of Crash, reorder of Link.
PVCs.
And now, as you know, RT PVC is now in production. Then Solaire's already deep in production as well. Taki's just started. Variosuit started, but that's more going to be after Chinese New Year.
Yeah, same as the old Camulet bust.
Yeah, that's right. I saw some. Yeah, so that's like 20 items or something already. I can't. Is that 16? I can't count my fingers. 16. So yeah, I mean that's all very exciting, and it's going to be much more releases. All right, cool. So that was the China visit, and this year is also going to be more about focusing on, because we're working with so many different factories, it's how do we standardize it? Yeah. And that's what we're going to work on, standardizing the process across all the factories. So every single thing, it doesn't matter where it's produced, is pure F4F. And that's on me to work with the dev team and the engineer team to get that down.
Everything needs to be consistent.
Yeah, you can see cracks where there is, and we want to improve on it. So as we get bigger, those cracks appear, they don't rip open. That makes sense. Hey, that's the joys and the growing pains, but it's a great thing because it means we're expanding, but we've got to try and do it in a way that is as safe as it can be. Of course, there will always be things that will occur.
It's always like last year when the structural things over here in Hong Kong, the office, expanding the office, making sure CS is up to scratch, then slowly the IT side of things being up to scratch, and then the website of things, the front end side of things up to scratch, and then now it's kind of like not the finale, but one of the most important things is the production side of things up to scratch.
Yeah, look,
So
there's
like,
always
it's like
there's
invasive,
always
yeah.
something that's right. As you expand, you find that you expand in that kind of direction when you need to expand sometimes in there, and I really love this aspect of the job, seeing where the problems are and trying to stave them off before they rip into a huge problem. I enjoy that aspect of the job. I think it's very, very important to try and identify that earlier. I think we've done a pretty good job with that, at least identifying it and seeing how we can learn from that. It's a great situation because it basically means that we are expanding, going from these potatoes to very slightly bigger potatoes, which is very nice. It's nice to have a little bit more potatoes, except for when I'm on the keto diet.
On the way out from the toilet, I was going to say, I guess we're still small potatoes because some people lumped us with the fakes.
What fakes?
And, no?
I haven't seen it.
You don't see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh well, I'll tell you later.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Hey, we'll always still stay with small potatoes. Stay hungry. Stay hungry.
Yeah.
Hey, the Jesus. Michelle covered you. She said that you were going to be in a morning meeting. But, sorry, mate. 4-3. 4-3 it is. So, then, other follow-ups.
Yeah.
We had... Okay. did a basic say you're okay.
Yeah.
Nothing here is official. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so in terms of the Majora's Mask, there's nothing really... I mean, I don't need to keep going into all the sort of details of the images and the videos that we posted. That's all standard. When I do that documentary, you can see all of that. Following up on that, I've been happy with how that's turned out. But there's a difference between how it turns out when I last see it versus how it appears in people's hands. And again, we'll talk about that a little bit more later on.
Yeah.
All right, Chocks, why don't you talk a little about this?
Which one? Right, guys. So if you're a Sega Sonic fan, I'm sure you noticed a couple of videos and images that was posted just this week with regards to the Sonic Boom 8 series, the little miniature Sonic the Hedgehog, the classic Sonics. Everything's going really well. Spoken to Jeff.
Now, Tiago, we're small potatoes.
Spoken to Jeff with regards to the partnerships. Right now, the factories that GNF are working with regards to Sonic, they're still going through the production. Hopefully by the end of this month, well, not it's actually February now, right? So right now we are helping out with the QC side of things, making sure the packaging's looking lovely, because we're gonna put both items into the combo pack, so we're gonna make sure those are looking sweet. And then hopefully...
It's just when you put your name against something, Chocks, like in a partnership thing, you just want to have that little extra... You want to do that little check as well.
Yeah, that's it. We want. I mean, fine. I mean, like, I'm sure GNF guys, they've done this many times, but it's been nice for us to go there, have a look at it. So...
Hey, and those videos come out from our QC team.
Yeah.
So it's just a nice little sort of... We have eyes on the ground. We have a team of 10 people in China. Okay, obviously they're not all... They're all different. Yeah. Doing different things, and we can send one person just to go and see, make sure, is there anything that's red flag? Too many times, it's possible that it could, if you didn't pay attention, that it could be us shipping something that's substandard. So far, the word back, and as you guys can see from the video, it's looking tight. I've shown you just one video. I've got about 5 of them. I didn't want to do them all at once, but sort of showing them throughout, and it's looking great. So Sonic fans should be pleased with those. I'm very pleased that GNF is part of that partnership. Sure. I'm very happy with people receiving their rings as well from the DS line, from Torch rings, and that's another example of the partnerships that really kind of came out from the partnership that I did for the Artist Gallery, for the Monkey King. Yeah. And I keep asking Jeff, is there anything else that we can look into? PM him if you think there's something that we should look into.
Yeah. So that's still ongoing. I'm not exactly sure the actual specific dates those can go out, because right now they're still being QC'd, so that might take.
Well, we're trying to get it on this boat, aren't we? Chinese New Year.
Might not be able to.
Really?
Yeah. So it's touch and go. Touch and go. So once
there'll be some locations.
Yeah. So once Jeff knows the exact date, we'll update the shipping schedule or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. And but everything's still going smoothly for the next series in the line. So really looking forward to that. And once we have some images, some prototypes, we'll get Jeff to do some videos. 'Cause it's been quite a while, hasn't it, since the last partnership video? So it'd be interesting to do another video on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if he's become more natural in front of the camera.
Yeah. And then, you know, guys, if you guys, I mean, a lot of people are saying, hey, when can we pre-order it again? And hopefully, once the first batch comes, we can open up that pre-order again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Right, that's the partnership.
Hey, Paolo, never change. You know,
yeah, I know what it is. Asking. Almost there.
I got the finishing touches on Alucard is being done now. Guts is also finishing touches being done. Honestly, Paolo, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when they're done?
Both, right?
No, but I'm saying, what are you gonna do when they're done? As when they've gone up for pre-order, what's he gonna say?
The next one after that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's all he's interested in.
Berserk.
Although, of course, I've been working on Dracula right now. It's looking tight. Oh, and that Skull Knight. You touching wood?
No, I'm not doing it. I thought it was that.
The Great Valley here. It's here.
There's another one here, like.
What? what else?
0.
Yep, painting.
Yeah.
Painting.
Guys, did you see that blue tray with some black parts and some red
I've changed the golden part to be more yellow gold.
Yeah.
To make it a little bit, but still golden, but yellow golden. So more like 24 karat gold. You know how that 24 karat gold is actually like what the Chinese love and the Indians love?
Yeah.
It's different to other kinds of gold. It's much more yellow. It's like the pure gold, right? Do you know what I mean?
But it's not real gold.
Of course it's real gold. Real gold is like properly yellow.
But
oh, you mean our one is not real gold?
Our one's not real gold.
0 is pure gold, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's that gold plate in it. You can scrape it off.
So, yeah, that's 0. In terms of we ran a DS3 poll.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joshua Harmon was asking me to do that, and I said I would do it. So I did it. And
things changed?
There's not really. I mean, what do I see? Nameless King at the top, same as the last time.
Yeah.
Saw the Abyss Watchers at the top, Dancer of the Valley, Borealis.
Yeah.
I have to go back and check that, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make too much difference with the DLC characters. But it's interesting just to run it again. But you know, I think it made sense, and Joshua made a fair point to get that poll made. So that's what we did. So on Sunday, Chocks,
on Sunday?
Yeah, I went to the exhibition center. I didn't tell you about this.
Oh right, yeah.
And finally, this story started in September 2016. What happens is, every quarter you can apply for your personalized number plate. It got accepted. I applied for F4F, and it got accepted that it was available because, believe it or not, nobody else has F4F in the whole of Hong Kong. But the government then said, when I applied for it, they basically came back and said, unfortunately, a lot for auction has been used up. So what happens is anybody can apply for a personalized number plate, but it goes to a public auction in case anybody else wants it. You have to go through a public auction. So then they do it in quarters. Then in the first quarter, so it was January 2017, I applied again. This time I got the confirmation that the lot would be assigned for F4F, so it would go up for auction, which is great. January 2017. Never in my life have I experienced what it's like to be an F4F customer. Because, and let's talk about pre-club. I waited and waited and waited. I tried calling up the transport department going, I'm like, yes, I wonder, when will the auction go live for the F4F license plate that I applied for? They went, Shama? They couldn't give me any answers. No one was giving me any information. I had no idea what was going on for a year. Now I know what it's like when you... Hey, Chocks, have you ever experienced it? Maybe, of course, before the club, it was harder. I guess you could email in and Kanaka would have replied, oh, it's in production or it's coming or whatever it is, right?
No, never email CS.
Well, I'm just saying, generally, at least you could have done that.
Yeah,
you could have done that.
Yeah.
In the club now, less people are going to do that because if they're in the club, they're not going to ask, where's the Majora's Mask? Does it even exist? Are you guys scamming me? Because they can see it's the pictures and going to the factories. It's so much easier now to communicate that information. Yeah. But no one was giving me any information from the traffic department. And I want to know, have you ever bought anything from a company that has subsequently gone bankrupt and you've lost your money? Have you ever had that happen to you?
Bankrupt? No, I don't think so.
No? Okay, you're fortunate because it's not unheard of. And people get burned, unfortunately, especially when you're dealing with international guys. What it may be, no response, right? They take the full payment. When's it coming? They reply. When's it coming again? No reply. When's it coming again? No reply. Check out their Facebook page. No reply. That sort of stuff is worrying. Now, the point I'm just talking about that is I had no means to find out what the hell was going on with my license plate F4F until some glorious day at the beginning of January where I get a letter saying your F4F auction will be taking place on the 28th of January. So that was last Sunday. So my first ever auction. You've ever been to one before, Chocks? I'm not talking about eBay here. I'm talking about a real auction.
Have I been to one? There's probably some crappy local one.
Have you?
Nothing official, legit. As in, like, nothing major. Like, nothing...
Not government regulated.
Yeah, not government regulated, yeah.
So, Chocks, if you ever go to one of these, and guys, I will give you a pro tip. Do not do what I did, which was get there right on time. The doors open to this hall. It's a massive hall. 400 to 500 people can fit in it. And what did I do? I made a huge noob, totally massive mistake, and as I went like a starry-eyed innocent virgin, went to the front of the auditorium and I sat right at the front and I was looking like this. Hi guys, I'm ready for my F4F to come up.
Why would you sit at the front?
Why would you not? I want a better view.
No, you don't need a better view. You just
it's the auction. It's my first one ever.
You don't need to see
I'm
anything.
short and there's a massive row of 400 people. I'm like,
all they care about is seeing that sign.
yeah, and I'm like, well, I don't know how it goes down, right? So I got this number 15.
Back so you can see who's else. You can see the guys that are doing the bidding.
Does it look like I had any experience? Fresh-eyed, wide-eyed.
You should have called me. You should have called me
No,
to
of
go
course
there.
not. Maybe you were there. So then it came up. So it was going through the things, and some of the choices were really weird. It was like
I could have been, the guy who's trying to outbid the guy that's trying to outbid you.
But let's push it up higher. How does that work?
Yeah, but it'll be 2 against 1.
No. Then some of them were quite weird. The one that was the most expensive one in the end was something that was just simply TJ, which could have been for anything, and that went for 270,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is pretty astronomical. Yeah. The one when I was there was one WW1 went for 75,000. What happens is normally you go in and you pay the minimum, which is 5,000, right? You pay 5,000 Hong Kong dollars just to apply, because if no one bids against you, at least, or even if you don't turn up, the government has received their 5,000. They haven't wasted a lot by putting it up there for auction. So when it came to F4F, I had a local official who spotted me, because there I was, Chocks, bright-eyed, fresh face at the front. They went, dude, you're a foreigner. Would you like translation? Right? Easy. So he came and sat next to me. He's part of the auction process, right? And he was to translate for me. Okay? when it came up to F4F and it appeared on the screen, it was 5,000. I raised my number 15. Had a plaque, number 15. Raised it up, and they said, "All right, 5,000 going once. Do we have a 5,500? 5,000 going twice. 5,000 going once." And then then all I hear is a 5,500 to 138, and I was like, "Who the fuck is bidding against my fucking number? 138. Who the hell else would want
Who was
F4F?
138, yeah?
The number 4 in Chinese culture is like the worst number. It means death. It's like, who the hell would want that? And I could not believe it. That number, the auctioneer was like, "Oh yeah, sweet. Who's got 6?" I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, 6." Right? And I got this guy.
Did you immediately put your hand up?
Yeah.
When he said 6?
Yeah. I got this guy fucking translating to me, right?
Wait.
And then
you should wait.
he goes,
don't be
and then,
so,
and then the
don't
guy,
be so eager. Don't go boom.
the guy doesn't go,
Boom, like that.
the guy doesn't then go, it's not in my lingo yet. The guy doesn't go, now the auctioneer's like, "All right, sweet, I ain't gonna go 6.5. He goes straight to 7, fucker, right?
Yeah, because it goes to a point, then they go up in chunks.
Yeah, well,
Higher,
I know
bigger
that now,
chunks,
yeah. So then,
It can't be like, "Oh yeah, 6,001, 6,000."
So then he goes, then 7. I go for 6,
Yeah.
and he goes 7, and that fucking 138 again.
Was he on the phone?
Nah. You mean for someone else?
Yeah.
Like you?
No.
Were you 138? That fucker brought me up higher than I expected, and I felt like I walked out and I lost money.
There's some dealers there, like they're in on it. They're in on it with the sometimes we're in on with the auctioneers.
Well, maybe that guy who was standing next to me, he was going, "Yeah, that guy,
Yeah,
he's
right.
gonna never, he's
Easy
never
one.
gonna let it go.
Yeah.
He's never gonna let it go."
Yeah.
Fuck.
They probably did some research. Probably that agriculture, F4F agriculture guy.
First for farming.
Yeah.
I will find you, and I will get you.
Oh, you. I mean, it's good to get it in the end.
Franks for flying was so disappointed. Yeah, totally.
What?
Michelangelo's like, it was totally you undercover, because I couldn't see shit right at the back. What the
Yeah.
fuck is 138?
Actually, you haven't been in my car for a while. You haven't seen the front of my car lately, have you?
So that's why I actually went today. I actually then went to submit all the documents to actually get that. So fine, I'm looking forward to getting that done. And
You're not gonna go and get a plate made now? Whilst you're waiting for the paperwork?
they do it instantly, don't they?
What do you mean?
They do it quite instantly.
Yeah, you can do. I mean, you just go to
I remember when I first got.
You can just go to a local, local car shop, place. And
Do you think I can get it from Chengwan?
Probably, yeah, down that side.
I want it with that like blue, it's like a blue, like you can
You
have
want it
like a
3D
color.
style?
Definitely want a 3D
Like
style.
pop- like
So yeah,
popping
of
it
course,
with
if
some
you like
shadows.
smack into someone, you got F4F branded on them.
God, that's so cheesy, man. You want some like LEDs around it, around the.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have the blue. I've seen them with it's like they mount it on red or blue, and then they put the black on top of it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 3D embossed. Yeah.
Is it lit up?
I think some of them do little, or maybe they just use a coloured acrylic.
Yeah, that's what I've
So
seen.
when
The
the
colour
light when the light bounces off it, so it looks like.
so look a bit like that. Yeah. You mean cheesy? Sounds like right up my street.
I'd rather just have like carbon or black. Different shades of blacks, like in a carbon style.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You can have it like different, like very discrete color or discrete patterns, if you want to call it. So we
Like carbon fiber on the. Why not both?
Looks really nice.
Oh, not mutually exclusive.
Hmm?
They're not mutually exclusive. I'm
No,
assuming
no,
that's
you can do
3D
it.
as well, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but you might
obviously-
not pass the MOT or whatever.
Why not?
They probably won't. They'll probably because like if you go through the tests,
Mm.
you probably don't need to anyway. But when you
Oh, I
feed
don't
into
need
the-
to,
You
yeah,
have
so-
to take off the plates and put the standard basic honeycomb.
Oh, really?
I don't think you can have honeycomb now on the backing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Learn something every
There
day.
you go.
All right, cool. All right, so
Yeah, bring it to the office.
pro
and-
tip: put it at the back. Well, bring it to the office.
Yeah, bring it to the office. And then, yeah.
Yeah, do that. All right, cool. What else we got? We can review.
Like half an hour on talking about the license plates.
Alucard. That showed some pictures of it. There was quite a lot. There was
There's quite a lot of conversation in that.
yeah, that was Ivan Lobo. I remember he did a post. Basically, used one of David's photos from NYCC. And I think Alucard is quite difficult to photo. To photo because
that photo made him look really elongated.
Yeah, it looked elongated, but also just because he's quite white and you don't really have the shadows on the face because it's first of all it's covered by hair. Basically it made it look really bit worse than it was. Basically, so then then I took a photo of it of how it looks now, and most people were like, oh, actually that looks alright. So time will tell when we actually go.
Still more work on it though, guys.
Oh, it's looking good so far. Looking really nice, and that exclusive is nice, and it's definitely looking good. All right, cool. Then Crystal Dragon, posted something like that. Did you guys get a chance to see that? It was posted a little bit too light. We've now got it coming down a little bit more darker, and it's looking really good. And hopefully, you can get that for approval before Chinese New Year. That would be good if we can get that done. And it's have we got any updates on it since I asked them to give me?
Yeah, I saw some today.
But any new ones from the ones that I
This one?
Yeah, that one is what I've already seen.
Oh yeah.
Right, which is looking great, right? So you have that one and the exclusive.
This.
Wow, may Banfa. Yeah. It's all part of it. And you got a color in the hair as well. Color in that, but it looks really. That's gonna look nice. Yeah, so that's looking really nice. People here in the US complain about $60 plates. Apparently the US can have really nice plates as well. It's just like California and then a random number. I've seen it. Right. I've seen a random sentence. Very similar how you can do it you do it in Hong Kong as well.
UK is different.
No, UK is really rubbish.
I don't know. I was gonna get one for myself, like T5 OUK. I think it's like 250 quid.
That would have been alright.
Yeah, you just pay like
T5 OEK. You could have got that.
Yeah. Because you have to have a number, right? You can't just have all.
Yeah. No, I know that, but they let you put that all together.
Yeah, T5 OEK. Yeah, 250 quid. Never got round to buying it though.
How would you even find it? Just on eBay or something?
Go to DVLA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You mean
the official? Yeah.
CH0CK?
Nah.
Would you just type it in yourself?
Yeah.
Straight to DVLA.
I don't know if you do it now, but.
Alright, cool. Weekly stats, and blah blah blah. Banjo and Kazooie. I got confirmation that Banjo has been approved. Banjo and Kazooie has been approved paint-wise, but there's still some changes that we need to make, which will then make it completely approved in terms of the actual figure itself. So. Really liking how that's turning out. Rare is liking it as well. It's not based on any because to be actually quite frank, I find all of those official artwork poses a bit naff. So we didn't go for any of those, and went for something a bit more dynamic. So it's not at all. That would have been harder, surely.
There you are. Still there.
That's nice.
Yeah, obviously there's a gap there, but you just
change
the fonts. Make it a bit chunky fonts.
That's alright. Yeah, that would have been cool. Well, why don't you just get it here? Is that probably taken up?
Probably not. It's not a common name.
Is it not? Because it's like the anglicized of it.
This stupid process, isn't it? Going for an auction and stuff.
I just want to be in a 138 to your 15, mate.
I'm 138 this time.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm 138 this time. You're 15.
I'm 15.
Yes, because you'll be the one going for top. I'll be like, whatever. Whatever. I totally know you were 138.
I won't let you know that. What are you doing this weekend?
All right, cool. let us talk about the Dark Souls Sith issues. I'm sure people will be asking us in the Friday Q&A as well, but let us talk a little bit about what's happened there. So, you know, it breaks my heart when there are a fair few where a lot of people are receiving them okay, no problem, but there are a fair few, more than expected, that have been receiving them with paint rubs. Now, that is something that I've just wanted to see what the overall... I've sort of kept a little bit quiet about it. Yeah. The only reason why I wanted to do that is I want to assess the overall picture. So I need Phil to give me daily updates, and he's still going through it. And it's definitely quite a high percentage. When I say a high percentage, you know, we're not quite double digits yet, but that's much higher than what we normally allow for. Normally, we allow for maybe 4 or 5%. This is already sort of getting double to that at this stage, and I believe there probably will be some more. So the question is why, how, and what the fuck went wrong, and how the fuck do we make sure this shit doesn't happen again? So it's an expensive lesson to learn, but it's a lesson that we will, as long as it doesn't kill us, will make us stronger. And it breaks my heart when we kill ourselves to get a beautiful piece assembled, painted, done, put it in the box, send it off to you guys, and you receive those that have paint rubs, etc., etc. And it breaks my heart, but it is what it is. And the problem is, there's very, very big difference between if it leaves the factory like that versus if it leaves the factory like that versus it happening when it's out of our control, i.e. it's no longer in our hands anymore. There would be zero excuses. It would fall on my sword if it left the factory like that. But I have full confidence in my team that it never left the factory like that. And clearly it didn't leave the factory like that because it was obvious. What has happened is that Sif is too loose in the box. And it has led to some paint rubs in some cases. Now, what does that mean? Well, how did we find out? Well, we do a drop test and we do an aging test. There are 2 ways that we test our products. The first one is a drop test. You've seen me do it. The factory does it. They do it before I do it. You know, those are drop tests. They're standard. You've seen it. Does it break? Is it okay? Are there any paint rubs during the break? The answer is no. Passed. The other one is called an aging test. And what we do is we put it in its packaging in an oven for 48 hours at 53 degrees. Was it 58 degrees? I believe it's 53 degrees. We leave it in the packaging for 53 degrees. We open it up and we have a look. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes we find that the plastic bag rubs onto the paint and leaves a mark on it. Right. Which is why we actually changed it to that kind of paper effect, that kind of waxy paper, which I know that Nanase was actually asking about why that happened and what the reason is. And that's an example of that. Maybe the point was before we didn't do aging tests. And this is the point. We haven't standardized stuff enough anymore before. And this is what we have to do to become better small potatoes. We need to standardize things much better. So we have a better checklist, right? Unfortunately, it's too ad hoc at the moment. And when you're working with different factories, it can't do that anymore. So that is what it's going to be on me with the dev team, with the production team to work on this, to hammer these down, it needs to go through some of these tests. And it's really highlighted and hit home with regards to these tests because of SIF. Now, SIF has basically meant that we're now going to do what we're calling a transportation. Yes, Randy, Celsius. A transportation test. What's a transportation test? Well, it's designed to replicate going on a ship or on a boat, in a car. Well, anyways, any kind of long-time transportation. I think, as I said, a ship might be a good example. Going on a boat, going on a train, whatever it may be, it's called a transportation test. So I bought one, and what it does is basically it takes the packaging and it chickies it, and I'll show you what it looks like now. I used that used that transportation thing and I put it on Sif, and it replicated the same paint rub issues that people were having. So it's a transportation on the boat, on the whatever it is that had happened. So unfortunately, it's happened in transit. But this is what we do. We learn from the expensive mistakes and then we improve on that. So if we look at the... if we look... confirmed.
So it's like, guys, if you guys been to like IKEA where you're walking along the aisle and then you see this kind of machine. For example, if they're testing cupboards, you see this machine like opening doors, closing doors constantly.
Yeah.
And then you see another machine where they punching the springs on the mattress. Well, the machine that we bought is kind of a very similar tool, but instead of doing what I've just mentioned, it's mainly for replicating the package moving on a shipping container.
Let me show it to you guys. You're gonna like it. It looks. If you've got motion sickness, turn away now because it's kind of like gonna be. But just obviously, guys, we want to show you behind the scenes.
No, there's no
We're
such thing
first for education here with how to, you know, in terms of going through all of that stuff. What are you gonna say, Chocks?
No, I'm just reading Randy's messages. There's no test area for couriers.
Yeah. Well, we can do our best. Check this out, guys.
You see it? The brightness up?
Yeah. Got the screens. What? It's crashed?
The hell?
Oh, wow. Yeah. There was a, let me just show the last bit at the end because it kind of crashed.
It paused.
Yeah.
Facebook just paused.
Okay. Let's show this bit at the end. This is the bit that you didn't see where we show you the bit at the end. There you go. There's the control. I guess that's two. I mean, I'm not 100% sure what that. Not 100% sure what that 200 is for. Maybe it's 200 RPM.
Really?
So
that's not the max settings,
to
right?
be honest with you, I don't know. The team's only just got it, and they've done. And what you saw there was Majora's Mask and Silver on that machine. And what we're gonna do is do it 6 times each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just doing my hands there. So this is what we're gonna call the transit test. The transit test. The transit test is going to be in addition to, of course, the aging test, the drop test. It's now the transit test. So we put it on there, and then we see, after we do those 6 times, what happens. Does it still pass? Does it not pass? So when Chocks talked about Majora's Mask leaving the factory before Chinese New Year, only if it passes our internal transit test. So what I just saw there was about 7 hours ago, and that was on one side. We do each side for 3 hours, so it won't be done until tomorrow. We can bust that open, and if everything is a-okay, then we can see. Then we can then basically organize the Majora's Mask going out. So guys, this is an expensive lesson that we've learned from Sif. We've now bought. The question is identifying the problems, dealing with the problems, and making sure it never fucking happens again. And that's what we always have to keep our eyes on, keep our pulses, fingers on the pulse. It's always the hardest when it happens after you've let go. And it breaks my heart when that happens. It's like there was a few times when Saitama came with some wetness in the paint. Now, what the fuck happened there? Well, I'll tell you what happened. It was a fucking wet season in China. There was moisture in the air because it's fucking humid in the summer. It gets absorbed into the polystyrene, right? You wipe the surface of the polystyrene, you think it's a-okay, but no, it's like a sponge. over time on a ship, it will slowly leak it out, and then it contacted again with the statue, and then it led to paint bubbling. Who the fuck predicted that shit?
Doesn't matter how many what do you call it, the dehumidifier packets.
Yeah,
that's not enough.
That's a good point.
It's not enough.
Did Saitama come with those?
They should all do. They should all have those packs.
Anybody with Saitama, let me know if it came with a dehumidifier. And this is the point. Does it come with one? If it didn't come with one, why the fuck didn't it come with one? It should be on our spec sheet. Can you let me know, guys? Anybody who has Saitama, did it come with those pellets? Please
how many packets?
Let me know.
How many
Please
packets?
Let me know.
As well.
If this is under 10 failure, do you run this test on 10 plus of one statue? Are they going to be fixed, repaired? Yeah, any silica packets. Oh, sorry, can you ask the questions again? I didn't understand your questions. Oh, what if it does not pass? Entire new packaging. That's absolutely right, Randy. Or you need to see where is the paint rubbing occurring. It's not necessarily, Randy, about the packaging. What you can do is, for Sif's point of view, it was too loose. You could have tightened it up by having more material, more sponge or something to stop it from moving. Or you could have wrapped it up in different material, maybe a silk cloth, maybe a plastic bag. Who knows? The point is you would keep on trying to figure it out. It's very rare that you'd have to completely remake the packaging. What you might need to do is, if there's a certain area, this is mainly for drop tests, that breaks, you would cut away that area with your hand. You know, you cut it away with a scalpel or whatever it is. You know, so that's how you would do it. It's very rare that you have to completely redo it, but the answer, to be honest with you, Randy, is that I have no fucking idea, because we never did these tests before. And as we do bigger and we get bigger and things, 9 times out of 10, it's absolutely fine. But the 10 out of 10, the 10th time that it happens, oh fuck, it has to be on something like Sif. You know, that's a bit of a, egg on our face, but it is what it is. We just got to deal with it. Make sure that those customers that have been affected, we go back and once we collate all the data and we run out of replacements, because who knows if those replacements still have those issues. Once we have all of that data collated, we've got to make it right with them, which we'll deal with that by making replacements, whatever it may be, working with the factory, of course. Once we make those replacements, we're not going to make the same motherfucking mistake again, are we? In fact, the stock that we have in the warehouse still that's not shipped out from China is getting reworked when they come back from Chinese New Year. It's going to be changed, because right now it's failed. We haven't had it passed yet. So as Randy was asking, what happens when it doesn't pass? Well, we try it again. What are the methods that we can do that it does pass? So once we have that information, we can repack the ones that are still at the factory, and the replacements have the same method. And that's all we can really do, and that's how we take responsibility, and that's how we learn. It's how we grow, and it's how we take responsibility for this sort of thing. So moving forwards with regards to, okay, so De Jesus says he says his did come with silica packets, so it didn't work for those.
No, he said he's not sure how many came with it.
But he said it did come with some.
Yeah, it did come. So he can check it later.
Yeah, I mean, how many is it? Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, I think, it certainly wasn't that high a percentage of those that would Saitama, but it's embarrassing to see it in the club one time. But, this is the problem. This is the difficulty when you run a business where there is a transit time between A and B. It's not like it's offering a service like software or something like that. That would have been easier. But it is what it is. We can't. We can only learn from it. So we do apologize to those SIF owners that received them like that. Yeah. We will learn from that, and we will get better. So SIF has taught us that lesson. Majora's Mask, Silver, doing that shaky test. They don't pass. They don't get on the boat.
Well, I mean, Majora's Mask passed the aging test, so that's halfway through that, so that's kind of good news. So fingers crossed the new transportation tests will be okay on that aspect.
Hey, Justin Slice, good question. The point is, when you run a test like this, it doesn't matter about the one in, you will always get the same result, because it's 18 hours of this motion. And it's quite intense motion on 6 different sides. So the point is, if you maybe it only occurs on one. If you, for example, if it was packed upside down, maybe it would only happen in that case. But that's not what we're testing. We're not testing it one time for 3 hours, then opening up and checking. Testing it again another. We're doing all 6 sides, and then we're opening up, and then we're checking it. The point is, only when you cover it up that it passes that, then you are confident that they're going to pass one of them. And then, of course, you will take a random one and you'll test it again like that. Now that we've got this machine, we're going to be running shit all the time. And I will do that, and I'll have that. Right, step 1, did it pass? The answer is no. Okay, keep going until you find it that it does pass. And how did you make it pass? Once you made that pass, apply it to all the others in that method. Then random inspect. Oh, maybe we'll make a checkpoint. In random inspect 2 more that has that packaging that passed, and run it again. Test it. Now, you can never be too careful. Now that we've got this machine, now that we know better, we'll make it better. Absolutely, cut it. You're worried, I'm worried. That's the reason why I'm still not letting that go until it passes that test. It's past the aging. It may or may not have passed the drop test. You've got to watch that DDT results video. And then, of course, there is this this test as well. Yeah, that's right, Gabriel. That's lots of things that could stop the movement. You know, as Sarani was asking, do you have to redo all the packaging? The answer is no. You can easily sort of stop it from moving by adding, as you said, either styrofoam pieces, more padding, foam, whatever it may be, to stop it from moving. Cool. Is that the week in review? I believe it is. Yep. Hey, John. Or Jan, I should say. What did I just get? I just got a picture of guts. We are now about to... We've got 4 of them here. And they're going to, 2 of them are going to be added with some blood. Yeah, Chris, you know, we have to do that. We have to learn why it happened, and we have to improve from it. And otherwise we will be destined to repeat the same mistake. So, what is it, Chocks? Definition of crazy?
What?
Doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results.
Honestly,
yeah,
you know, it's like as things grow forward, I'm sure there'll be more issues, more tests, more new tests, more new issues will be found, and problems trying to solve. You know, that's why working with different factories, each factories have different flaws, different issues could crop up any moment. So, like Alex is saying, if we get these checklists and make sure they are applied to all the factories,
it will go some way to mitigate it.
Yeah. Because, you know, over the last year or so, at some point, each statue has a specific issue with it. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, from past data. And, you know, like, for example, I don't know, like Artorias Plume, you know, people know about that issue. So we know that's not going to happen with Ornstein. And we make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen in other factories as well. So that's, you know, making sure they all have a standard as well.
So, guys, I feel we're very, very transparent with the difficulties that we have as a company behind the scenes. So you see and you grow with us as we learn the trials and tribulations.
We're in the club every single day. We can see the frustration you guys have when you open your package. We feel that. I mean, I wake up in the morning, go to bed at night, looking at these issues, these posts. It's like, congrats. You know, I'm really happy overall with the product, but I still have some issues with this, blah blah blah. And at that moment, all I could say is hit up CS. You know, CS will look after you. Make sure you touch base with CS, and CS will follow up. And in the meantime, the next day, it'll be like, Alex, what the fuck is going on over here? Can we make sure we look into this?
Yeah, of course.
Make sure we hit up the production guys. You know, the stuff that you post in the club, we actually forward those pictures and messages to the production team as well. So, you know, everyone knows what's going on. So the only thing we can do is, I mean, I can't blame it on Chinese New Year, but you know that does kind of affect some of the promptness, I would say. I mean, obviously we would like to get some of the replacements out as soon as possible, but you know, again, you know, Chinese New Year, we can't really get that out until afterwards. So, but you know, we still keep in touch with the guys that are affected. So, you know, I think, you know, like I said, you know, buying that transportation machine was a good start in trying to resolve that problem, which is great, because that means that's one less issue that shouldn't happen in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Let's get get that sad thing out of the way. You know, done and dusted. You know, hopefully no more issues soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Last week's TT Temptation Thursday, TT68. We had Kenshin. Ooh, just let me refresh that. Kenshin from Samurai X. Not much has changed, but I've seen a lot of people bumping up that post. Right now we've got 230 votes for yes.
It was lower before.
It was no was higher than yes.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like, you know, overtaken by the yeses. So 230 votes for yes, 224 votes for no, and some positive comments. I mean, hopefully this does well. Hopefully this could be part of the anime line in the future. Because I see this one having potential as well, but it definitely needs more support once we have more anime guys in the club. You know, you guys like some of the classic hardcore anime, and this is definitely up there. All right, so for this week, TT87, one for Miranda. Orien, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Seine or Cian? Orien the Blind Forest. So you get the Ori, the little kind of white fox creature type of thing, and then you get the little assistants, kind of like a little orb thing that helps Ori. And right now, 170 votes for yes and 198 votes for no.
It's not bad for an indie.
Not bad, yeah, not bad for last from yesterday.
Well, I mean, for an indie as well.
For an indie as well, yeah.
Compare that to Lost Odyssey, for example.
Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, just right there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not bad. I mean, obviously that's a AAA budget in terms of the effort that went into that. And
it's kind of Ori's kind of a recent thing as well, right?
Yeah.
And indie's kind of been the thing these last few years.
Are our eyes on Dead Space yet? Asked Jesse. Type in Isaac.
Yeah.
Has that come up over time?
That post has been bumped up a couple times.
Ooh, 478.
Ooh. 478 yeses, 319 votes.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not bad. Oops.
Oh, there's been some other stuff that's been happening in the week.
Like what? Like what? Like what?
Two
what?
Two things signed up.
Don't.
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 Indeedy. All right, cool. So, yeah, baby. What is up? Ricky on the Power 3 p.m. in the house. Who else we got here? What is going on? Yeah, it's a good point. Mark Andre. Let us look at Darksiders. Come on. Let's
look at Modern Amy. Because I noticed a couple of...
We didn't TT her.
No. It was just a normal post, wasn't it?
We were just a normal one. But you just have regular Amy.
Darksiders, right? Darksiders.
Yeah, it's 600. It's all right.
Interesting.
It's a really cool... maybe if we can go... If we can do...
Which one?
So I can so I can write something. Just click something. Might be worth.
For what? What do you mean?
For that. If we insist, we're not interested unless it's that.
Oh, we're not going for that unless it's that.
Yeah, I mean it might be more.
We should always go for that anyway, no matter what.
It depends on what position you're in. He'll be like, you'll be lucky. Versus they'll be like, all right. And then sometimes for this one, it's like, what, you know?
Yeah.
Give me that, and then we're doing it. Otherwise, nah, mate.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? That is more of like,
yeah.
That we could be much more like,
You know, that should be that. That should be that.
Is that? That is it.
Is it confirmed?
We're writing it up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm saying yeah. That should be as well.
Mate, you can have it.
No, we're the part of the deal.
Do we even want it?
Yeah, we do. Trust me, we do want it. In time, there'll be a new thing in about a year or so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh?
How's Shanti doing?
Shanti's been very popular this week.
338. Oh, so it's coming up to 50-50.
A lot of comments.
Shante would be a perfect.
It could be the same guys
us.
could be the same people that's commenting as well.
Would be a perfect for us, as in it's like our bread and butter. That kind of colourful characters. That's our bread and butter.
Well, like I say, the indie thing, Shovel Knight could blow off, like become a big thing, a big separate.
Yeah, let's get that green one, mate.
That green one, yeah. What about that red one?
Yeah.
What about that? What other colours are there?
Black.
Black one, yeah.
All right. This week's TT. Next week's TT is Chocks.
Yes, Beyond Good and Evil. The old one, the first one. I know there's a second one coming, but the first one.
Let us know if you're excited for that. Beyond Good and Evil, followed by Ace Combat. Let us know if you're all up for planes.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I predictably think that's going to go, but we'll see.
I know.
It's always nice trying because it's not something completely different. You never know.
Yeah, because you never know. Because when we started talking about planes and mechanical machines, people were jumping into like, oh, what about F-Zero and
Landmasters.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. What about what other machine stuff were we talking about? I had some in my
Zone of Vendors?
Well, Zone of Vendors was one of the upcoming TTs. What's that one? What's that one again?
Armored Core.
Yeah, Armored Core. I mean, that's also machine stuff as well, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So this week's TT.
Next week's
hashtag is going to be F4F Jade. Hashtag F4F Jade for a chance to win 500 reward points chosen at random to lucky winners. And we're going to announce last week's winners. I've got to do that. Whoops-a-daisy. Hashtag F4F Jade for a chance to win 500 reward points chosen at random. Absolutely right, JC. Absolutely right, Howard V. Absolutely right, Tyler. Perfect.
This week's hashtag is for Jade. That's pinned.
Perfect. This week's hashtag is hashtag F4F Jade. Last week's winners, Chocks. Let's do it.
Yes, last week was kind of a quiet week. There's only 2 winners.
I know for sure that one person is definitely on the stream.
Yeah.
So let us know if you're on the stream. You are a winner. We're gonna kick it off and say, hey Michelle, don't forget to add that hashtag, otherwise it won't be counted because Chocks won't be able to find it otherwise.
Hashtag.
So I can say that the winner is the first winner I haven't seen, but the second one I have.
Oh, okay. Nice one, Michelle.
First one is Jake Mayer, who's always publishing loads of stuff in the club.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked seeing him come in for MHA and then staying around and hanging around. And then his first one was Various Suit. He's looking forward to Banjo, etc., etc. He is this week's one of 2 winners from last week's hashtag, which was hashtag F4F Solid.
Yeah.
So 500 war points to him.
Yeah.
And the second winner is a dude. He's on the stream right now. The name... Last week we hit 101 though. No, we didn't.
Don't think so.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
I don't think so.
I don't think we did. Begins with a T. Let me know if your name begins with a T because you potentially are the winner for the reward points. Let me know in the comments if you... But your name begins with C when it suits you. T when it suits you, yeah? Tobias begins with a T.
That's right.
Any other people? Trandy.
Hey Tobias, do you drive like a Mercedes Benz by any chance? Like, just in case your surname is Benz, that'd be quite cool, innit?
Or Daimler. to Ben.
To Ben.
Let us know if your name begins with a T, because you are very likely to have one.
Not many tonight.
We got Tien again, or Tien. What's up, JB? Thanks for joining, lovely admin. To Tyler. Oh, wait, I didn't have to cheat. To Greg. Hey, how's it going, Greg? How you doing, mate?
There you go. Thanks for tagging me.
This. Chris. Christian, we all know that your name begins with 3. So, therefore, that's what you should have been writing your name as 3. 3 p.m. right there.
You best change your Facebook name.
Tricky. I can say it is Tyler, mate. Congratulations, Tyler Odom. Congratulations, 500 all points. Phil will be hitting you up. Bada bing, bada boom. Well done.
Well
for
done.
our 2 winners this week. Chocks, keep an eye. It's 95. I did not see it go to 101 last week.
I don't think
if
so.
it did, we will rectify that next week.
and
But
if-
do show us that that happened. I
And
don't
if he's
remember
trying
happening.
to cheat, I'll have to revoke his 500 points.
So my backwards name begins with a T. Nice one, Kurt, but not quite.
Turk. Truck.
Truck.
It'll be truck.
Yeah, truck.
Yeah, truck.
Truck. Hey, Carol, how's it going? How's Mike? All right, let us kick off this week's Q&A. Oh, it's Chocks is 99. You can keep an eye on that. Oh, it's 98 now.
Q&A this week, yo.
Q&A this week. All right, we're going to kick it off with Sav Kanter's number 1. Can we see some Mimic? Now, if everything goes smoothly, you'll see it sooner than expected. Because if we do, yeah, we're just working on some stuff, and we may be able to show that more earlier than expected. Number 2, since DS1 and 3 have similar characters like Neat Knight, Oscar, Henri, and Segwood, etc., how would you go about picking a character for a license? I ask because we want Seggy toasting DS3. The answer for that is we already have our plans for those already pre-approved. And we have a distinct setup already. And they're all quite varied. It's going to be an amazing collection once we're done, if we ever get done.
Hopefully we don't get everything done. As in, like, hopefully it goes...
I want it to be like Zelda.
I want to go there, yeah.
Doing that for 10 years. Why should we not, why stop now with Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Javier Gonzalez is blessed indeed. Trying to be king. Can we see the MM art box and X card? Do we have the X card here? Nope. The answer to that is I don't have it here. The art box, you will be able to see it if I give you a bit of a preview. Only on here. I haven't posted it in the club. It's part of the video. But I will show you what it looks like right now.
I don't think we're getting... Sonny has told me that we're getting some samples for... Oh, what is it next week? What the hell?
Shit. Show them the drop test, yeah? Let me just give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of what's going to be coming up.
What's wrong with your hands?
What's wrong with my hands? I'm pumping friggin' my muscle. I'm showing my guns off, mate. Listen to the sound of that. It's beastly.
Come on, you can do better than that.
What? That shit's doing my back in.
Chuck it harder.
I slammed it on the ground one of them.
They're looking. I'm not. They are lucky. I'm not up there.
I was gonna.
I'll be
someone was like,
booting
yeah,
that.
yeah, no. Someone says to do some sweet chin music. You know, Shawn Michaels. He does like a kick.
Yeah.
Sweet box music. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh baby. Yeah. So, in terms of the actual box design, you can see. Oh, actually, no. That's the taking it out. He doesn't actually take it out the box. He just pulls it out straight out.
Oh right.
So the way to see it is the one is a shot beforehand.
Alright guys, it's time to prepare ones.
Right, let's get to that box.
McCullough box. Yeah.
Here we go, into the box.
just don't really see too much of it.
Get some of them corners in there.
You can see some of it there, guys.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I mean, once that sample's in the office, I'll take some measurements as well.
The ones will have a box, a thingy bob there.
Yeah, so that's
Plastic bag.
that. There was a plastic bag that needs to go into that, so it's just for just to take it out easier. So that's a bit of the box for you guys to see. All right, cool. Where am I going back to? We're already started the Q&A, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Denise Kip, is Alex happy?
In what way?
In general. Am I happy, Chocks?
You should be right. You got your license plate.
What is it? I got raped at the. I got taken out.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, you make it back some other form.
Yeah, I'll find 138 and take it back from him. Make him pay for it.
Who is 138?
Yeah, I don't know. Who is it, Chocks?
Yeah, I don't know. But that's a very lucky number.
Where were you?
138 in Chinese is quite a nice number.
Where were you?
You know, right?
Where were you last
You know,
Friday?
right?
Where were you last Sunday?
Well, you called me. I was still at home sleeping.
I called you.
Yeah. Around about 3 or 4.
I think I WhatsApped you.
Did you WhatsApp me?
Yeah. You
You
could have
know
been anywhere.
Ah, true. True. I don't need a plate.
I know you don't need the plate.
Yeah.
You just knew that I would never have let that go anywhere, so you decided to take the piss.
Why waste money?
Because it's my money.
I won't take a piss like that. Yeah, I won't do that kind of stuff.
Why you got a huge smile on your face then?
Because it's funny that somebody tried to outbid you.
And it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
Why you got a big smile on
could
your
be
face? John. Oh, speaking of which,
What?
he's now going to be a Hong Kongian.
Official, right?
Yep.
What, has it been approved?
Yep.
I thought he had to come back and do more
Well,
paperwork.
he's got to, he's basically just been
Yeah.
approved, so
That's good
let's
then.
teach him Leho. John, 68 or whatever.
Dude,
All of a
68.
sudden become Hong Kongian.
Yeah, I know. Kind of weird. But at least, yeah, that's good though. We get the benefits over here.
So the answer, Denise, to that is I am very, very happy. I have been through ups and downs in my life, and I'm very, very happy with where we are now. I'm very, very happy just generally, and even more happy when I go to China and I deal with all that shit. So happy when I go to China.
Very happy when he goes to China. We are very happy when he goes to China.
That's a very different conversation. So Denise, yes, the answer is I'm very, very blessed. Cedric says me, Trisdale, is shipping out mostly before Chinese New Year. When do you think we'll be able to get the warehouse for the Oz heading to the warehouses for Oz Asia? Well, Oz Asia is actually just in China, so it's not going anywhere. And the fact is, Oz's are done through EMS, which is like next day courier. Well, it's not next day, but it's 3 or 4 days. So everybody else is like 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
We're not worried about Oz because by the time we come back from Chinese New Year, theirs can go out and it'll be arriving around about the same time as the first shipments, or, of the UK, Canada and all that sort of stuff. And one of the things, Chocks, you know what? One of the things is we do a bit of a risk by actually sending out these at one time. We have so many different warehouses, we could simply just go, right, we just send Canada first and wait for any issues. Hold it back for 5 weeks. Then to see that
Guinea
if they've been...
pigs. There's
But you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is...
some companies do that.
They
right?
do that. They do it in batches.
They do it in batches, yeah. They send out the first batch, see how that goes, reaction, anything, blah, 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 and then immediately fix.
So what we would have had is if we'd done that, these SIF problems, if we'd just done it for one area...
It'd be just focused in, like a focus test. It'll be just focusing
Exactly.
on one area.
So maybe what we could do is use Oz as a guinea pig. Which they would love. But it's almost like... Because what would happen? Because Miranda, she received a SIF and it was paint rubbed. We go, why is that?
Yeah.
Immediately find out. Then immediately fix the ones that
If
leak.
there's problems, then sure, it's a bit, fucking hell, yeah. But if there's no problem, be like, yay, I got it first.
Yeah, well, 9 times out of 10 it is fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just trying to say. But it was just one of these things by trying to coordinate all the releases. So...
But we're always trying to be fair and try and get everyone out at the same time.
But then it leads to problems like this.
Yeah.
That's the there is a you know, it's always a very difficult tightrope.
Oh, Matthew, is CS going to be available during Chinese New Year? In Hong Kong, I think we're just having the Friday and Monday off.
Is it just 2 days?
It's always been like that.
It's been 3 days normally, but I guess it was over a weekend.
But it's basically not really a holiday, is it, in Hong Kong? So,
well,
like,
it's not like China.
Yeah, it's like only 2 to 3 days where the office is closed in Hong Kong. And obviously, if it's attaching to a weekend, then it feels like it's a week. So potentially 4 to 5 days in Hong Kong, if it's a weekend. But during the other time, the office is functioning as normal. It's only really the production side of things, the factory side of things, which is closed for about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've got any CS issues, just
go ahead as normal.
Just go ahead as normal.
We'll let you know when there are days where they are out of the office. Robert van de Uver, do we get a sneak at the cards that come with the MM? Well, the answer is nope. We don't normally sneak the regular, do we? I mean, like the normal cards, the authenticity cards.
Sneak the cards.
We don't normally do that.
Nah.
Cadence Hill. Well, if I had it here, I would normally give it to you, but we just send it direct to the factory.
You want to see
the design for it?
Not the day one cards, right?
No, they've seen the day one cards, yeah. Candace Hill. There's no reason why they can't send it over. We haven't even seen it ourselves.
Boys, everything's on Sandy's machine.
But I mean, obviously she's designed it, but have we received obviously we get the day ones, but do we not get the regulars as well?
We never ever get the authentication.
Well, we should get them in, so then we can show them. Just in case there's,
Well, if you had a sample, we would have shown you the sample.
Yeah, exactly, but I'm saying we don't get them in. We should get them in.
Well, we should get them in maybe... I was just saying, Sonny's told me I might get a Majora's Mask sample.
Now, forget about that. I'm talking about from the factory should send us a box. You know, the grey wolf sill. Sif the great grey wool. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, if we had like the fucking box there, we could tell.
You mean the card?
Sif the great wolf. Sif the great grey wool.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. Why aren't we getting it? We should do.
That was a day one card.
Whatever. The point is, why didn't we get one?
That was a day one card.
Whatever.
You signed that.
It doesn't matter. The point I'm just saying is we should get the regular ones in as well. You know,
Sure.
and then I can then show people what it looks like.
The exclusive and the regular.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're different.
Yeah, just to check if it's okay. That's the point.
All right.
That's what we should do. It's part of the checklist. Sandy needs to look at it and go, yeah, this is as per my output design of grey wool. As an example, right?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Kevin Stark, can we see some Conquer after Banjo? We're on a lockdown for our Rare stuff until Rare wants to concentrate and all on Sea of Thieves, which is looking tight, and we'll help them if any way we can in terms of promotion for that, because that's looking great. We got on the beta and we had a little go, and that was a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing the full release on that. Get that rocking and rolling. We can even have an F4F ship.
An F4F ship.
Absolutely.
A battleship.
Alex Walker, what is up, guys? Only one question today with the new DS3 interest polls numbers. I've been wondering, are these numbers different to a single character line? The latter required 450 to 500. Do the interest polls require the same number of votes, or are they held to a different standard? Well, it's held to a different standard because we already have the license, and we've actually already chosen all the characters. You know, when we got the license, we already chosen the characters. And nothing on that poll made any difference. If that makes any sense. You can gather from what? You can gather from that. So the answer to that is... Yeah, that's basically the answer to that. Tristan Tisdale, how far after MM final release, when all of them are gone, will you start producing the next in the Zelda line? It's nothing to... They're not related. Whatsoever. Not related whatsoever. We need to submit the prototype, get approved, and that's nothing to do with anything else. Nothing to do with anything but the next in the line. Jake Mayer, congrats on your winning your 500 points. It is my birthday in the middle of September. What are the chances I will have Virus Suit in my loving arms by then? Hi. 2. Can you correctly finish a sentence? Here at F4F we go beyond... You can answer this one.
We go beyond blank blank.
Isn't it like alpha or something?
What? I know it's MHA.
It's MHA.
Yeah, it's MHA.
So it goes beyond, what is it?
Yeah, but it could be 2 separate words, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's not alpha, is it?
It's not.
My hero.
It's
go beyond. Go beyond. Ultra plus ultra.
Yeah.
There you go. and use alpha or something.
Plus alpha.
He's asking that. You should have been able to answer that one.
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. Or have I? Beyond Good and Evil, that's what it meant.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah.
Cody Lavoie. What version of Conker are you leaning for in this? Leaning for or like the most? His many incarnations is definitely an interesting thing to ponder.
Yeah. He has different attires.
So there is basically two versions. Just standard Conker and a military Conker, I would really say.
Right.
The answer is, with Conker, we're likely to do more than one version of it. Just like with Banjo-Kazooie as well. Because I believe it's a one and done license.
Yeah.
And therefore,
maybe you guys, maybe you could also do a poll if you guys interested in a PVC Conker.
Right? Or PVC Banjo.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Artorias SD does, because we did all right with Crash, 1,500 of them, right? Is it because the price point was so cheap compared to our regular stuff? Is it because everyone was hyped about Crash? What was the reason why? And if we can translate that, it means, and we know that the wholesalers don't support it, but we can get enough support in the club, on our own site. It opens it up to doing more. Really, we want to see something crazy, like to make it absolutely dead easy set and never have to worry about wholesalers. If we can do 5K on our own website, and that's like unprecedented, right? That would lead us to making a ton more PVCs because we knew that we could sell them more. But that I think would have to be something pretty crazy.
Yeah. Same with the Okami PVC as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that we're doing the Artorias SD and.
So I was fully expecting Artorias SD to go completely on its own, right? Yeah, I didn't necessarily think there was going to get some retailer support.
Right, but also there's the remastered game.
So that came out of the blue. We had no idea that was coming out. Right. Actually, to be honest with you, the stars really did align for that.
Right.
The stars did align for that. We'd already sort of, but the point is, we are getting retailer support because the game's coming out. So it's not a good representation of what would happen when we don't get retailer support. What would happen in that scenario? So, it's a tough one. We'll have to see. We haven't got that. I think Okami will probably be the one.
Yeah. Okami, because the game came out and the PS4 version, HD version.
Because then if that's the case, then we could do Banjo if we got enough numbers. As an example. Giovanni Comorio, how's Kamina coming along, and can you hint something about his pose? His pose has been changed. It's looking much better. It's looking much better as a product. It's looking actually pretty awesome now. It's getting to the point where I can go, that's it. That's a great representation of Kamina. So we're looking forward to seeing that. Is that when the tickets are on for sale?
It's just tickets, right?
Yeah, okay. We should head there ourselves.
You sure?
Yeah, Friday.
Saturday, you mean?
Friday. Fuck that shit. Go on Friday.
Friday, take some pics.
Some videos.
Videos and pics, and then
post it in the club.
Well, it'll be live. We can do it live there, yeah? You want to do it live?
Have you seen how shit my battery is right now? Which reminds me, I better charge my phone. Honestly, I don't even know what the hell it is. It's like as soon as the V30 came out, my battery became really shit.
Do you have like an external battery pack?
I do. I've used it up.
So
I can't hear anything just yet. The license was quite particular, but it is looking really, really good.
Yeah, we've got to be.
It's a museum. It's a strong pose.
You
it's a strong pose. There's strength in the pose from a museum one, but there's strength in there. Jeremy Pearson, should we save the pandas? Are they a lost cause? Well, let me tell you something about that, Jeremy. Pandas, the face of WWF because they're cute. They're not endangered anymore, mate. Save the pandas? They've been saved. It's Panda Barbecue tonight, mate. The pandas have been saved. They are no longer endangered. They are vulnerable. They've gone from endangered to vulnerable as of a year or so ago.
What kind of question is this?
He's asking the question. I'm answering the answer. I'm answering it. So they are not. They do not need saving. They have been saved. Do you know what are the factors that affected the pandas and why they became so extinct, Chocks? Everybody loves themselves a bit of barbecue meat, right? Of panda, a little bit of that, a little bit of cumin. Panda meat, yummy, yummy. Nice little panda rug on the floor. That's super tight, super sweet. Like a little bit of that. They're so cute.
They're quite. They look cute, but they're quite aggressive.
No, they're bloody not.
Yeah, they are.
They are so not aggressive.
They are aggressive.
You reckon? Yeah. Then what's happened is deforestation. They like themselves some bamboo, right? Yeah. The deforestation basically sort of circles it around an area, and they sort of get trapped in these islands of the bamboo on that particular on that mountain. And these guys, they don't like to get jiggy with it. It's really hard for them to mate, or they can't be asked to do it. But when they do it, and unfortunately,
you can't force them to mate. They're very selective.
Yeah, right. They're totally picky, and also it means that, and also cub mortality rate is actually really, really high. So all of these factors, apart from obviously poaching, that
like in Hong Kong, like the Ocean Park in Hong Kong. If you guys come over to Hong Kong, if you want to go to a theme park, whatever, there's either Disneyland or Ocean Park, and Ocean Park is famous for having a couple of pandas as well. Donated from
the motherland.
The motherland, yeah. Mountain on.
I was just thinking that right now.
Yeah, you wear your green cap. Right, and I can't remember the whole story.
You're making me wear no green cap.
Right. I can't remember the actual story. I think they kind of donated a couple of pandas, and it didn't survive.
What?
Yeah, or somehow they just won't mate.
Right.
And then I don't know what happened after that, but. Last time I went to Ocean Park to check out the panda, the bloody thing won't come out of its cage. Not cage, as in out of his pen. Yeah. Yeah, because...
Did you electrocute it to make it come out?
No, I was on the other side. So, because, have you been?
Ocean Park, yeah.
Taken the kids?
Yes, and I absolutely... Yeah. It was when Elizabeth was still a baby, and all I just remember is it being really hilly and being a nightmare with the pram. So waiting for them to get a little bit older.
You're better off checking out the penguins. I think
that's an awesome.
Yeah, the penguins are much better than checking out the pandas
because they go underneath your feet and stuff.
Yeah, you can see they're right at your level when diving into the water.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, as JC said, they're clumsy as well. So the answer to JB is they are saved. Alex Hughes.
I was going to say, hit us up, WWF. Yeah.
Alex Hughes. Do you remember when the WWE used to be the WWF?
It's hard to pronounce it. WWF. It's kind of like that.
Nah, but WWF, WWE is just as hard as each other. But it used to be World Wrestling Foundation or Federation.
Yeah.
Now it became the entertainment. Yeah. Alex Hughes. Number one, Crystal Dragon is being done well currently. Looks to be doing well currently from the images. Any watch quarter may see a pre-order. It is looking really, really tight. I've just seen the regular and the exclusive, and it's looking tight. It's still not finished, but they are looking really, really good.
We like to see Spyro out there doing its job.
Yeah. Number two, I will still be on the fence about whether or not to get Shiranui when it comes up for pre-order. I thought you were, Okami fan. Mate, letting yourself down. I used to know you as the Okami man. You had number 3 for the regular, and now you're telling me you're not going to get Shiranui? How am I going to tempt you with it? It's a good point. I need to get those that approved as well. That's at the end as well. Joshua Harmon. With the Dark Souls 3 poll, I had hoped it would be only intended for the DLC characters because it was the point of running a new poll. By making it open to all of DS3 content, the DS3 specific stuff was kind of buried under all the suggestions. Gael managed to make it to the top 5, so that's good at least. So my question is, has this poll given you better indication of what DS3 characters pursue? And is Slave Knight Gael a possibility on that list? And the answer to that is, we've already chosen them.
Why make it just DLC specific?
Well, there's no point in making it DLC specific. It needs to see how it...
Yeah, but if it's going to be DLC specific, then that's just going to close off quite a lot of people that never played the DLCs. Yeah. Care and share.
Look, the reality is we have each that we've already got there, which is already the tops of the list, is already there. Let's go through those. And that's going to be like a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. Then we can sort of start having we'll be going to the next contract with you know, touch wood, everything okay, you know, with Bandai and Bandai Namco, and then we can have more conversations once we've done that. So don't worry about Slave Night, don't worry about any of that sort of stuff until we get further down the line. Stuart Coffey, would a statue of Zora Link, Deku Link, or Goron Link ever happen? Well, one's in the vault. Let's just get Midna done. Let's get the Shaker Slate done. Let's get Rider Link done. Let's see if I can push into that.
Let's get them done.
Jake, how's Banjo and Kazooie coming along? Approved in paints. Some changes to be made that I want to implement, which they're cool with. Ridley News is still duplicating. It's tough. Dylan Wolverkamp, looking for some points. Barry Tummers. Chocks, when could we see Bloody Guts? And a video of the lighting.
Are you asking me? When it's done. When we're happy with the non-Bloody Guts, then we're happy with the Bloody Guts, and then we do the lightings when we do the documentary, and we do the lightings when we do the preview Friday.
Absolutely. Eric Bentz, how about those Cowboy Bebops? If everything goes smoothly, it will be on display, both Spike and Jet, next Friday. So we will
see
be
free in Hong Kong.
There. If it's all okay, we will be there. We'll take a video.
Crossed.
We might do it live. We might do it in a video format, whatever it may be. Probably video format because it's going to be clearer.
Yeah. Okay.
And go from there. Florian Riz. What happened to Flo? Hey guys, here's the weekly question about My Hero. Any news? The answer is nope. When can we expect a poll for the character choice? The answer is no. Yeah, we gotta. I don't want to do that until way later if we're moving to the next stage. And even then, it's not guaranteed we'll move to the next stage, but at least have a conversation. We haven't had a conversation yet with the licensors on that. I think we should do that. Next week I'll fire an email. Number 2, any chance to get some low price statues made of resin like you did a few years before? Variant Samus, variant Link, OOT Link. Low price statues of resins do not exist sub 100. That's what the PVCs are there for.
Look, guys, you know the deal. You go out there and buy customs. You ain't gonna, even for a small piece, it's way more than $100.
Number 3, what is the chance to get another suit of Samus after the Varia and Light suit in 1/6? The answer to that would, if I was going to do it in 1/6, it would be probably be a PVC, or or a diorama. That would be more expensive. I'd never do it at that same price though. Number 4, have you ever planned to coordinate PO with Meta Ridley with Metro Prime 4? Nope, we have no idea when they're coming out. Sometimes we do, sometimes they align, sometimes they don't. Philip Desforge, what are the chances of you guys getting the chance to make Horizon Zero Dawn figures? The answer is, with a relationship with Gaming Heads and that being a Sony license, it's very unlikely that we would look to pursue that for now. Troy Blair, what is your biggest Legend of Zelda statue you've done so far?
Biggest in size, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I guess it would be Link or Nothing, wouldn't it?
Is that the biggest?
I guess, maybe just because of the wingspan.
Would there be anything bigger than that?
Ganondorf?
Zelda?
Ganondorf, maybe? Nick Inquist, how do you feel about modern Amy Rose's poll results at this time? Not quite 500 plus, but might be going to have to reconsider. Really? How's it doing?
Just 150 S for 500. So it's 350, I'm assuming. Just based off Victor's comments.
Oh, right, okay. No, won't be considered at 350. But better than expected if it's really.
Hey man, we got to get through. We got to get through Yakuza, Riala, Ica.
Yeah. Zero's PO. Well, we're trying our best to get it painted up before Chinese New Year and get approval for that. So then when it comes out of Chinese New Year, we can then start doing it. But it might not make it. They only got like 6 more days before they go, and one of the days is a holiday.
What's this, 0, yeah?
Yeah. Cedric, Bardot, I want to say a few things.
Good things or bad things?
Nightmare is breathtaking. Glad he popped my cherry. Oh shit, that was your first one. Nice one. I'm glad he popped your cherry. Chocks is right. We need an F4F size chopper from One Piece. Number 3. I know you guys will hate me for that, but could you not talk anything guts or Kiryu related? I'll be listening to you guys at work, and I don't want to end up with an erection that lasts more than 4 hours.
You know about that guts, right?
I don't see you on the stream, mate. Question time. Last week you were struggling to find the future TTs, so why not a Hollow Knight TT in a few weeks? Now we have TTs.
Not TTs. It's just that it's
just at that moment.
Just written. Yeah, at that moment, just our minds were blank.
Yeah. Victor, so you said Warp Star Kirby would have color variants as blue and shadow, but I'm concerned about Shadow Kirby since it doesn't have a happy face. It's a good question. We would have to remake his head, or his body, or him. Totally, yeah. That's a good point. Good point. But all the other parts would be the same, so it would be worth just sort of remaking him all for that. Or we go blue and yellow, but maybe that's just taking the piss. We'll see.
Orange, red, green.
There you go. Brandon Evans likes turtles. Mark Johnson, hey guys, still super. Sorry,
Cedric is on the stream.
Is he?
I'm home now.
Oh, the gutsy Kiryu talks are allowed. I love it. Hey guys, super excited about Majora's Mask hitting the UK. Hope I'm in the first wave. Hope you are, mate. Number 1, who would be the next statue in the Shovel Knight line? I guess it would be Plague Knight or Spectre Knight. One of those. Do you have an estimate for the next Zelda piece? Nope. Number 3, when we hit 40k, can we little reveal for being good fans, loving always F4F forever. You appreciate your enthusiasm. Have we got anything for 40k? The answer is we're not doing a 40k review.
50k.
A little reveal he's asking for, not a huge reveal. Well, how many? We're 38 at the moment, yeah?
We do reviews anyway, in between.
Yeah.
Little short ones. Yeah.
Chris Hildebrand Jr. been replaying Castlevania Symphony of the Night, getting ready for Alucard's reveal, but I was wondering when we can see a sneak of Dracula or Death. Yeah, okay, well Dracula's on the, it's currently being done at the moment. Death is still in 3D. We want to see how Alucard does. Braden Cole, is there any way to listen to the Q&As podcast style without video? Want to have my phone off and still be able to listen to you guys? Well, we don't really do much showing, so you can really just sort of... Is it possible to listen to a video when the phone is off? Can you just turn off the screen? You can't, can you? Because it just turns it off. Does it continue to play? I guess turn your screen really down.
Close your eyes.
Or you just like really turn down your...
I don't know. We could upload the voice, the audio file.
I don't save that.
I don't
save that separately. But yeah, you could do.
Yeah, technically you could do it that way, innit?
That would be proper F4F radio.
Yeah. You can download it in any format, like a WAV format, MP3, TIFF.
TIFF?
Is it TIFF? AIFF.
Oh, I just know TIFF is like a photo. It's like a.
It's a photo. It's
a photo.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah.
Like sort of like scans and shit. Yeah.
Interesting. Never thought of podcast style, innit?
Would you listen to it after it's gone live?
Are we that bad looking, Brandon?
Braden.
Yeah.
Joseph Griggs, how far away is TFM? Or it's closer down the line. We're just doing assembly now. Did Pokemon do well enough for the Pokemon company to finally give in?
Where the hell you been, Joseph Griggs? Wow.
The answer to that is no. the answer is we'll have another conversation in Vegas. Did Luigi's poll do well enough to maybe get a Luigi's Mansion statue? As I said before, it's never going to be a Luigi's Mansion one, and that's what I'm really worried about. All those that voted for Luigi are expecting it to be a Mansions version, and it won't be. Will we see more Tekken characters? The answer is
what if we say, yeah, Luigi's going to be the Luigi Mansion, and see how that does well, and then we just deduct that number from the old Luigi OG poll. And then there's your answer.
Yeah.
So will we see more Tekken characters?
I said Yoshi. Austin Paul, any news on that pineapple? What pineapple?
What pineapple? What pineapple? I have no idea.
All right, shout outs. Bada bing, Derek Baker, as always, every week without fail. I don't know how he does it. He's always on this list. Kevin Starr's a new one. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Hector Morales. JC in the house. Lovely admin. How's it going? To Austin Paul. Shout out to Gavin Niebel. We got Bradley Chadaby King getting the shout out there. Tyler Odom. Also 500 reward points for him. And a shout out on this week's Q&A. Bada bing. Bada boom to Justin Slice. Shout out to Ivan Lobo. What? No. Done. Sarah Arrington. Do you have plans for a subline that would get more girls interested in your products? Mainly expand the jewelry line to pendants. Well, there is a pendant. There's a Onion Bro pendant, right?
Yeah.
There's that. We didn't actually make. We don't do the jewelry ourselves. It's more that's Torch's thing.
What do you girls like to see? That'd be interesting.
Let us know, 20%ers.
I'm always up for
chats with the ladies.
Yeah, and just understand
what the lady likes.
Yes. And then deny you.
Miniature dioramas depict scenes from games as if you were looking at it from a TV. Well, that is kind of like what we did with the Sonic 25th.
From the TV.
I quite enjoyed that. Yeah. And it's almost like the Sonic and Helicopter, the Tails and Sonic Helicopter one is also similar in that kind of like it's like a section from looking at it from the TV. So that's kind of like what it's all about. The Metroid Morph Ball idea had a while back would work there. Yeah, it would absolutely.
Morph Ball.
Yeah. And yeah, he's right. It'll be paused. Yeah, it would be lovely to. That would be more emphasis on the environment, which would be great. Which is very similar to what we're doing with the Sonic diorama.
Pausing.
Alex from Troy, do you have plans in the near future to make a bigger statue than your biggest Zelda statue? I mean, actually, one of the biggest ones is the life-size Majora's Mask. That is pretty big, right? Physically, it's pretty huge.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of like on the question that followed after the largest Zelda piece.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
No. Right, yeah. Troy's on the stream, yeah.
Oh, right, is he there? Yeah.
But he's got to go. He's got to go back to work now.
Abraham Sanchez, how many PVC figures do you plan to do this year? 4, 5, 6, something like that. And for what series of statues do you plan to do them from? He. Well, we have announced. Make sure I have everything away. Dark Souls.
Yeah, but all Abraham cares about is Crash and Spyro. This guy's mental on a Sunday.
Coco.
Yeah, I know. This guy is crazy.
Uka. No,
I mean, look,
he's pushing his favorite franchise.
I'm crazy good, as in crazy. He's like in hype mode. It's like he's like constant. Like sharing out his post. Hey guys, if you want a Coco, if you want money,
I remember that.
If you want money bags, he's like posting all that in all the other.
No, that's good.
Crash and Spyro.
Oh, is he doing that as well? That's
not
great.
Just in our group.
That's really good. Rallying them outside to come and join.
But honestly, are there that many active people in those groups? Because every time I go in there to like it and give a love, give a message, I don't see anyone interacting in those posts. Yeah, I mean, I see your effort, definitely. I can see your effort in those clubs, but I don't see any much reaction to those posts. Maybe you can share some insights with me. Maybe we can help each other out.
Indeedy. William Jamal Emmanuel, what specific licenses and or series are completely off the table? A compiled list of these would be useful for any fun day suggestions to a more realistic direction.
He's a spy. He's definitely a spy, isn't it? You want us to give you a list of things that we're not working on?
Well, the answer to that is, you know, it says all the stuff that you can't do the gaming head stuff. Well, look, the answer is, look, fun day's fun day. Rally the hell away. I wouldn't really worry about it. It just makes, you know, especially when you start doing Final Fantasy, I just feel like all sad when I see it. But, you know.
That's why I say, hit me up, Red Bull. It's like, it's no conflicts there.
All right. Cedric Bardot. You said that the reward points only apply to the final balance, but if we use that last balance as smaller than the value of the points used, I use 1,500 points, and the final balance is 100. It F's the system up, is what happens. We're working on trying to fix that. So that's the answer. It doesn't work, and it's becoming a bigger problem as people have more and more points. So it's a problem that we know about.
Having too much points is a problem.
Whilst it's in the current version, yeah.
So that's why I can't give you points, guys. As having too much points is causing a problem now.
Yeah. Brenton Friedley. Where is the Majora's Mask drop test and email Majora's Mask fix? You've seen a little sneak peek just now, and we will post that documentary a little bit later on. Number 2, if someone pre-orders a regular version of a statue directly from F4F, is his number a priority over retailers? Absolutely. Number 3, I see Sonic 25th on the shipping calendar for March. Does that mean it will be on the same boat before Chinese New Year? The answer is no, it will not be. It will get on the boat in March, most likely. Number 4.
Well, it's removed from the calendar.
Oh, it's been removed, yeah.
Same as Jin.
Right. What are the chances of a True 4 Mid or Shaker Slate pre-orders coming before the end of Q2? I think the answer is quite high, hopefully. What questions are you aiming for with... What Q are you aiming for with Psycho Mantis? Do you mean quantity? Oh,
no, for launch, for pre-order.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Probably 3. Justin Weisrieshin. Shenron. We need a large statue of Shenron from Dragon Ball Z. Indeedy.
Thanks for the feedback.
Unfortunately, not likely to happen.
Hey, let me answer a question from the stream. Nate Hall. Are there any plans for more art prints with exclusive statues? Sure. Dark Souls. Anything else? If the Tekken and Soul Calibur... No, Tekken, right? We're doing it for Soul Calibur?
We did it for Soul Calibur.
Yeah?
Oh, no, Tekken.
Tekken, it was just Tekken, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely is the answer. I think they look great. I think they complement the things very, very nicely. Jeremy Toshio.
Oh, refresh. Brenton had one more question. You're not going to lose.
No, just going to click on here.
You want some Okami artwork? We could try. Only concern is whether it can be approved.
Number 6. What are those 2 things that happened this week that Chocks would say not to say?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, just earlier on?
Yeah.
No, don't say. Nah, don't say. Too early. Way too early. More like 70k. Yeah, man. Let's get what we got stuff doing first. Unless we get 70k within this year.
What were we at the beginning of the year?
Beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Oh, God, don't know. What would be the beginning of the year?
35.
Was it 35?
I think so. Is that right? Yeah, it must have been. 35k reveal was rare. It was a 35k reveal, wasn't
Alright, nice 38k.
it? Good. Jeremy Toshio Sam Myers. A few weeks ago, you talked about trying for 8 PVCs and about 12-ish resin figures this year. How many of them do you have confirmed? And how many of those are not yet revealed? There are quite a lot. No, not 8 PVCs. Probably 4 to 6, and about 16 to 17 resins. There's a ton of them that haven't been revealed.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sarahir Juarez, number 1. What happened to the Samurai Jack TT poll? It's still there. Any plans for Samurai Jack? Not right now. How many votes are needed for Catherine TT for a poll to be successful?
Oh, look at that.
Which hopefully will lead to a line of statues. And the answer is, it needs to be, we want to see that stand shoulder to shoulder with the other ones higher up to get our attention. So 500 plus is a bare minimum now. Right now it's only on 348, so there's still a while to go. As a huge Atlas fan, I'd love to see more Atlas F4F resin PVC lines aside from the inevitable P5, which I'm patiently waiting for. Look, rally for it, and P5 would be lovely. We obviously, we've sort of reached out to that, but there's nothing to confirm at this stage. It would make total sense though.
Yeah, because it's the same thing.
And SMT as well.
Yeah.
Chris Hildebrand Jr. In addition to your forthcoming resins for the anime line, any thoughts on considering introducing PVCs as well? Might help get more recognition and bring more anime fans in. The answer is to that is there is quite a lot of anime PVCs already. Depends on what it is. And we do PVCs off of the strength of seeing how resins have done. And we need more data against resins because they haven't set the world on fire just yet. Maxime Mornia. What are the edition sizes for all the MGS versions? Do not have that information yet because it's still ongoing. Brian Munoz is saying, woo, Kevin Daltrey. During the F4F Fun Days, there have been lots of posts support for Xena Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles. Can we get a TT? The answer to that is, why don't we do one just before we go to Vegas? Josh Mizrahi, do you guys have the edition size for Ornstein? I know he's still last chance weekend, but I'm curious about how many orders he's pulled in so far. The answer is, we haven't looked into it. Kind of know where it's at. We will give that information after LCWE. Angel Castillo, or Angel, celebrating the near 25th year of the show. Friends, have you thought about making some licenses from the show? Getting the license to make the shows and getting some very jiggy statues of Ross and his friends? The answer is, it has never crossed my mind, to be honest with you.
Which one, if out of the friends, right? Hit us up anyway. But if out of the friends, which one would you make first? Did you watch the show?
Of course I have.
We all watched the show back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one would you?
Which character would I make?
Yeah,
first?
which character?
Which would be the most popular, basically?
Yeah.
Joey. No doubt.
Joey? Really?
He would be the most popular of them. In a character, like, if you're gonna make, first of all, if you're gonna make friends,
yeah,
you would do a SD version of it.
SD version.
You cartoonify it.
Really?
Do people really want to have a super realistic version?
That might be interesting. Yeah.
Okay, well, then he would definitely be the most popular one on the show. Mm-hmm. Easy. Why?
Why what?
Because he had his own spin-off.
He had his own spin-off?
Hell yeah. Called Joey.
Ah. That didn't do well, did it?
It didn't, but at least he got a fucking spin-off.
Yeah, but the other guys are quite famous. They went off and do movies and stuff. Or they had movies before they went into the show. Like, what's it? I forgot her name.
Jennifer Aniston?
Not Jennifer, the other one.
Scream.
Yeah, Ross's sister.
Yeah.
Monica, is it?
Yeah. Monica. What the fuck is her name?
There's Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe. Yeah. She was in, like, that one about my high school reunion or something like that.
There's a Chandler.
Shit, what the hell is her name?
Ross.
What's Monica's real name? It's going to piss me off.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is her name? I know, it's like, we remember the characters, the show names, but
Monica Geller.
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle... No, fuck.
No, not Sarah Michelle
Geller. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Courtney
Cox.
Courtney Cox, yes.
Yes. Oh, mind blank. Yeah, Courtney Cox was in Scream. But Joey had his own... But he was also... He was in something called... Have you seen...
Yeah, he's in that shitty Top Gear, yeah?
No, fuck that. I'm talking about he was in that one called Episodes.
Episodes?
Have you seen that?
No.
It was quite quirky.
He used to be like a...
Courtney Cox, Jesse knows it, yeah. Ross was the biggest. He just didn't eat all the others. Ross
was in that is it How to Be... Not How... the O.J. Simpson...
Yeah. He was Kardashian.
Yeah.
Robert Kardashian. What was that one where he was in? It was like a maybe a monster or like a kind of like it was like his bird is trapped on an island and she like cheats on him. But she's like, I mean, like he's like they're like on a beach and then she goes somewhere and then I don't know if like it was like King Kong or something happens and then
no idea.
That's gonna piss me off. It was like something like shooting, like everyone was like, it's just like I think it was with Harrison Ford. It was like
really?
someone like, yeah.
What? Ross?
Yeah. It's like an action thing, and then like
him in an action film.
You know, he wasn't. He was like
he always has that kind of monotone.
His missus goes off with like Harrison Ford or something like that, or one of those guys, and has like some like shoot up because like some pirate guys come along and like, and then they like do it and stuff, and then she comes back, and then he's like, oh, she's like not interested in him anymore. What the hell was that one? Shit, what's his name? What's his bloody name again? What's Ross's real name?
What's Ross's real name, guys?
Of course, it's ridiculous. David Schwimmer, of course.
David Schwimmer.
What is that film?
It's like Googling.
6 Days, 7 Nights, that's it.
Don't think I've seen it.
Have you not? It's like pirate, yeah, 6 Days, 7 Nights.
Alright, Ricky got it right.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Harrison Ford.
No,
his missus bangs Harrison Ford because, you know. Yeah.
Missus bangs Harrison.
She likes her a bit of Harrison Ford. What on earth did we just get sidetracked of talking about that? Okay, Cedric Bardo. Hi, it's me again. Yo, what's up? Will all the Majora's Mask ship to Canada, EU, and yes, it should be. Should be, but we'll have to see, but I believe so. Straight to the point, as a last chance weekender in Europe, will my X be shipped before Chinese New Year? The answer is yes, because all of the quantity goes, I believe. Nick Teeves. I remember you posted something about Escaflowne because you were with Sunrise that day. Any word on that? Escaflowne would be awesome. Have you seen those results? Come back to me when that is like 700. Greg Michalowski Jr. Hey, Alex and Chocks. I wanted to say thank you and much respect for letting me post that GoFundMe for Jean and his wife. So absolutely my pleasure. This is when the community rallies around and it's when someone's going through some hardships and it has the courage to actually make that public. Normally the club is F4F centric, but you know, believe it or not, Chocks, we have hearts and we're human, and that's really something when certainly one of our F4F families going through those issues, which is just
guys, check it out. I mean, Greg Michalowski Jr. made
he's in the post, so go ahead and like post it in here as well.
And there's a link that goes straight to the GoFundMe. Have a look at it. Check it out. I mean,
if you can donate, that's great. If not, just
his wife is also in the club as well, so hit them up. I don't know if they're okay with that, but maybe just drop a message to give them the best wishes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is the Owlet Khan statue still upcoming soon? Yeah, relatively. We are still just working on some stuff on that, but it's looking really, really tight. How is Zero looking? Yeah, as I said, we're trying to get that done before Chinese New Year. If not, it'll be coming right out afterwards. Any pre-order date before or after Chinese New Year? Probably going to be afterwards. Yeah, because it's not on that. It's not on that. We still got some things that's going to be done during Chinese New Year already, so it'll be after. Robert Elliott, when inserting magnets into the statue for attachable pieces, how do you ensure the magnetic polarity matches up? Do they come in strips or something pre-aligned? And does one part get a magnet and the others? That's a good question, and the answer is they come in. I did a couple of videos. You must have missed it, where they kind of like in a long pole, and then you whip it off, and then you put it in. So it's like how it comes off the stack of magnets and which way to put it into the mold as it's curing. And of course, if it doesn't actually attract, you're going to know that very soon with them because you try and put it on on the table and one of them shoots off, you know they're not going to work. Kevin Starr, can the exclusive of Rider Link be the link on Master Cycle? The answer is that is a completely different sculpt. I would love to do that, but it would be completely different. Kurt Griswold, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to do a link on Motorcycle. That would be awesome because it is the Master Cycle looks tight. But of course it's a DLC, but it does look tight and it would be a perfect addition to the Link On series. Kurt, how soon do the waitlist people get their MM statues after they are at the warehouse? About 3 weeks probably after everybody receives theirs, maybe a little bit earlier. Do you guys ship to the people who order first and save the waitlist people to last? Absolutely, because we don't normally produce enough pieces. So we have to expect those that cancel to then be used and fulfilled for waitlists. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it very, very wrong. What is up, Fighter Kirby? 2, can we get any new info on Banjo-Kazooie? Either a picture or of what the pose will be. Locked down tight. But looks good. Number 3. Any new stuff that you're cooking up in the F4F land? There is always new stuff. Chocks will let me tell you about those 2 new stuff that I wanted to talk about. Have you changed your mind since 10 minutes ago?
No.
Okay, sorry guys.
Ain't happening, guys.
Tabitha Martin, is there a possibility of a Persona 5 plush line? Sorry to ask this again, but the video glitched out before I could hear the answer last week. The answer is we are not. We're taking it slow with the plush. We concentrated PVC getting into the rhythm last year, and we're going to see the fruits of that this year, and next year is going to be even more of that. Plush for us is where we are last year, so we're doing it small phases. Then maybe next year we can concentrate on increasing our plush presence. We're going to do that slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Size, Kurt Griswold. Size batteries. Do your statues take specific Majora's Mask? And how do I get the same? Some for them when they die. The answer is they are very specific batteries, which are
18650.
Jesus Christ, that's amazing.
18650. Remember that. I mean, like, you know, apart from old Kami Amaterasu.
18650. We're gonna type that in Amazon and see what comes
18650. I mean, pretty much various suit, upcoming various suit, King Red Lines, Fighter Kirby.
There you go, Chocks.
Yeah, they are rechargeable, removable types, so they're pretty much easy to get hold of.
Yeah, you just type it in 18650. There are a plethora of choices. Why does someone have like the nib and someone have flat top?
I've told Charles about that. Make sure in the future let's have all if
nibbies.
possible. Nibbies, yeah. Nibbies, no flat flats. No flat flats. Flat ends. No flat flats. Have nibbies and flats.
This is a really perfect example. When if I keep looking at you, you keep talking and jabbering about something, and you keep drinking yourself in a bigger hole. So I'm just gonna go. Yeah,
I'm sure these guys know what I'm talking about. Nibbies and flat flats.
Everyone just likes to listen to the word nibbies.
Flat flats. Hashtag flat flats.
You always come up with gold. And only on one can of Red Bull as well.
Yep.
You are sharp today, mate.
I got another one there. I'm just.
Last week you were knackered as hell because we were
knackered.
obviously doing the the MGS the week. So basically this week Jeffrey's like chilled the fuck out because last week he like doubled up, right? It's fair enough.
It kills me. He's trying to kill me. I'm sure he's trying to kill me.
JB, any more thoughts of how you're going to handle the Green Shovel Knight? Haven't yet. Let's have a discussion in the Addy group. Austin Fazoka, how is acquiring the Yu-Gi-Oh license coming along? It is. It was stalled for Christmas. So in terms of anything definite or specific, you can now really see in real time how long these things take. So nothing to announce just yet. How many votes does a Dead Space need to go to before considered for a license? It's been rallying for the last few weeks. If that can tickle 700, can't ignore it anymore. Can't ignore it.
Sure. Just hopefully, you know, like when we get to that point where we need to contact somebody. Hopefully the other party, you know, it takes two to tango, right? Hopefully the other party will like that as well. When we show them, hey guys, potential license maybe, check out this poll result. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give us that extra power. People power.
The Beard. We saw 3D renders of Tekken Nina Williams back in 2015. Has there been any more done on her, or is she in hold pending the success of Yoshimitsu? Did you see 3D renders? I thought it was just designs. Yeah, there's the 3D work is pretty much completed on that. Number 2, I really like it when Jeff has a segment on the live stream. Can Jeff guest host the Q&A with Chocks while Alex is at the licensing expo in a few months? I think that's a great idea, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I was also talking about that. I was thinking
that would be our only entry for the under 31 minute. The Collectiverse.
Well, look, one of the things I was thinking about is, well, we were talking about expansion and people and needing for that, right? When we Chocks, and one of the things we were thinking about is like an extra marketing person to help out, right? Because there's so much to do. You know, you feel yourself there's so much more to do that you just obviously don't have time to do it, and you can see where that is, and how would you direct that around? Well, if we were to get another person in house to do with the marketing, I think a really good example with that would be streaming. The minimum is the validation weeks, as in, we are hanging out on the validation times just to make sure it goes smooth. It has been smooth for the last 3 times now, meaning that I think from now on it will be always smooth.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, oh my god. I'm just picturing it right now when it doesn't go smooth. This other person next to me will be like, alright, see you later.
And then that person could co-host it with you instead of me. And then, possibly, then when we have our bigger setup, can have a Friday Q&A with 3 of us, just on the couch and what have you, and then get people, you know, possibly, you know, get a nice setup going on upstairs, all that sort of stuff. Well, I don't know why we're still here. We've got the office upstairs to do the Q&As upstairs.
About that laptop. How about that laptop?
Indeedy. Number 3. If you have to go back into production to complete replacements for Sif, will you also complete the edition size for it? That's a good question. That's a good answer. That's a very good question. The answer is yes. I think that makes sense. Depending on, I don't know what the quantity is, how many people are still on the wait list, all that sort of stuff. I need to look into that. Number 4. Since Gen Spec are going to be up for period this year, I'm going to make a point to ask each month if you started development on Ed and Iron. So has any development been done on the most beloved animal, Hacker and Corgi yet? And the answer is no. Make sure you ask me at the beginning of March.
Can somebody donate us a Corgi for like research purposes?
There is this woman.
Yeah.
Who?
What, your neighbour?
Has a Corgi.
Really?
And Bella bit the shit out of it, right?
Yeah, Bella's quite a biter, isn't she?
No, she's not. Normally she's alright, but I don't know. She obviously wasn't happy with this Corgi.
She loves playing tug of war. Though.
Yeah, that Corgi, and then, but it's in the dog run, right? Then she left.
Who
the
left?
dog, the owner of the Corgi, left the dog run door open, and fucking Bella got out. I went fucking batshit crazy. Like Bella was like laters, yo, but.
Trying to look like me or something like that. Yeah.
And then I just like
have that same.
You know, obviously. And then when I finally got Bella, I went out to find that woman, and she was walking around the complex, and I found her ass. Of course, I started the conversation with Mao Zedong Hao, and I went fucking mental with her.
What you did to my Bella? Yeah.
Well, yeah, she pegged it out. You know, at the end of the day, she's a dog owner. She can understand what. How would you feel if I let your dog run out, and you know what the danger and all that sort of stuff, and so she can say, oh. He's like, yeah, right, fine. Don't how late is yo. But as Denise asked, yes, I'm very happy. For Chocks.
What? You're forced to marry a character that F4F has already created a statue of that we know is in development. Who do you choose? Well, it has to be a female character.
Well, maybe you swing.
But we need more female characters.
Well, you have to make the choice on those that we have in development as well.
Oh, I can't tell you that. But there'll be. If there was upcoming licenses, I can foresee a ton of female characters.
That you would make you your wife, yeah?
Yeah, but they're all mine anyway. Yeah, the ones before, Zelda denied. Truth or Midnight, potential, probably denier.
You got experience of denying the ladies
Yeah,
like you did when you getting that award.
Hey, comes with the territory, innit? That's why I'm here. I think we're gonna be here live streaming on Valentine's Day as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Chocks.
I believe it is. Oh, so Wednesday. So I'm your Valentine's stroke of midnight.
No, Wednesday you're not. If it's Wednesday, we don't Friday it.
Unless, hold on, it depends. It depends if we're launching something on next. If we're launching, if we have a reservation Friday next Friday, we're launching a validation day on Tuesday.
Yeah, which we don't. So it looks like I will not be your Valentine and you will not be mine. It's a shame. I should probably just launch something just so I can be your Valentine.
Can be, yeah. That will be the best Valentine's gift.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Launching in my honor, yeah.
Colin Matthew Walshick, where?
Was it in Korean?
It's not. It says where.
Is it in Korean? No, it's not.
Where's my bloody guts pre-order? I got it. Nice try. You see that? WHERES. Yeah. Where's my BLOODY
Yeah, I can see that.
GUTS guts pre-order? Nice one.
Bit of Chinese, a bit of Japanese.
It is coming along nicely, but I'm a little bit concerned to go too close after Ornstein, to be honest with you. That's my only reason why that. Well, also we're developing it still, but soon it's going to be ready. I think probably get it March. Trying to get orders up before March. I work crazy hours in March. I won't be able to watch any more streams till November. Bloody hell.
What?
What'd you do? I won't see you until November. Colin, you're there right now. Let me know what's up.
From March to November. Damn, that's like hibernating.
Indeed. Ethan Palmer. What was the motivation for sticking to video games anime? Thank you for doing so because the market is so saturated with comic book statues. Well, you've just answered the question. The reality is we didn't just stick with that. We started with WWE. We then went into Transformers, G.I. Joe, Magic the Gathering, a variety of stuff. But that was a result of charms. Whereas Nintendo video games is where I grew up with. You know, that's what I am really passionate about originally. Sure, I liked my Marvel back in the day, back when I was in the Philippines. You know, DC and all that sort of stuff, but nothing particularly more than because when I came back to the UK, it wasn't really as big. So, but as you said, it's way saturated. Randy Gerards, have there ever been one of those days where you go to your kid's school and talk about your profession? Denise is absolutely got it right. What is up, kids? I'm Alex from First Figures. I make adult toys. Absolutely bang on. The answer is they have asked if we wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you do.
Oh, you bring your parents. They're like, my daddy's a fireman. It's like dick contest.
Is it?
It's pretty much it, isn't it? My daddy's better than your daddy.
Well, no, it's more like a show and tell that you like,
Yeah.
as in like just to career advice.
Yeah, right. Career
As long as you start before and after with the modes, don't hope you'll be fine. Constantino Tampras. When you see a license suggestion that you think is worth looking into, what is the process to determine if you're going to go for it, both personally and as a company? The first thing is I don't look at my personal things anymore. I look at the demand for the company, demand for the product, over my personal feelings on it. Sometimes it's stuff that I don't even know about. I have to do my research on it. I look at, is there anything else already in the marketplace? I look at the level of demand. I also look at, are the characters interesting? Are they cool? Are they something that, you know, what makes this character tick? I don't go too much detail into that because that would be after we get the license, or we're really seriously looking into getting the license. Those are my initial thought process. Then I go, Chocks, hey, what do you think about this? And you go, yeah, or you go, nah, man. And that's also sort of. So I have initial thinking about it, and then I go, what would we do? What size would we do? What scale would we do it? Is this a one and done? Are there multiples? Is this going to be a expensive license? A more, you know, a more easier accessible license? Do we have any contacts that can get us in there? Is it a license from someone that we already know, that we're already dealing with? All of these sort of things determine into whether or not they're low-hanging fruit, i.e. it's very easy to go after, and all that sort of stuff, versus those that are difficult to go after, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of insights and research that needs to be done before we even touch whether we like it ourselves or whatever it is. I mean, it helps if we personally like the actual, you know, license.
Yeah.
In hand, yeah.
You know,
it goes hand in hand if we actually like it as well.
Yeah, of course. And Constantino has also actually gone through and said, do you, for example, go and watch the anime, play the games, and see if you like it? Do you have research teams that will determine if it's popular, if there's capacity for more merch, etc., etc.? Well, the answer to that is actually if it's a newer one, yeah, we can play it. If it's an older one, it's a lot of YouTube researching. But yeah, it used to be just me myself making that decision because I was just myself, John, and Kanako, who doesn't have any idea. It's really refreshing to be able to have a few gamers and anime guys in the office actually now and see what they think about it as well. You know, Chocks has always been one that's had both sides of that, and generally more into general pop culture. More, you know, is far more knowledgeable than the average person. And I could take him as a hardcore guy versus asking those that are a bit more casual, how much do you know about this? Have you heard of that? And doing my own researches and all that sort of stuff. So it's been refreshing to be able to do that for the last year and a half.
Different points of views, right?
Of course. Cedric Bardo, guess who's back? Spoiler alert, it's me. Will Mimic have sound like Aku Mask? If I spoil the prize, feel free to slap Chocks. Sorry, Chocks, I would offer Alex to slap me, but you're closer than me.
Hold on, feel free to slap me.
Yeah, because
I can't
slap.
Does he mean like feel free to slap Chocks? Right? But who do you want to slap? Do you want to slap Alex?
He wants me to slap you because you have to replace him because he's too far away for me to slap him.
Ah, right, okay.
Mark Johnston, can you estimate roughly when Majora's Mask will be hit the UK now it's up first? That's on Sunny. We aren't moving anything until it passes that transit test. Daniel Willie, any rough idea of when or what time Kamina will go up for pre-order, or is he planned for 2019? You know, this one has been quite a lot of back and forth. I can't really give you a gauge until we are at that physical stage. No point in saying anything to it there. Victor.
What, are we too close? What? We're very quiet on the few streams. Alright. Is this better, Kai?
Wait, I could raise this. I've raised that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not too loud, right? I'll just move it back to where it was before, and then you just raise that bar.
Does that make any difference?
Does it make any difference?
That should be louder now. I raise it up to the top. Let us know in the comments if it is louder. Do you have to pull the earphones from your ears? Let us know. Victor, you said, I believe last week, that you're going to do the rest of the Nightmare productions after seeing so many people on the waiting list. Have other statues in the past got all their production numbers done? do you believe that this will be a normal thing now if the statue has a long wait list? And the answer to that is normally the wait lists are covered by the cancellations and we don't bother. Fighter Kirby is the one that we're having to completely finish off because we really messed that one up. But of course the edition size was much smaller. We have done, back in 2007-8, we used to just make the entire production run because we just sold it all to the wholesaler because no one was really buying from us at that stage, and it was all just sold to the wholesaler, and we had a deal with them where they would get a really amazing price and we would just concentrate on producing it. So that's what we would do. And as a result, we made the entire production run because they were being all sold to them. That was the glory days before the financial crisis. But then again, of course, it's different times. At that time, the SRP was $100, so you could expect that the price to the wholesaler was much lower. So the actual real world dollar amount was not that high, even though it was in 1,000, if that makes sense. Randy Gerards, when will we see the Majora's Mask Dreaded drop test video? Seen it, absolutely. Why do you prefer Hong Kong and China as two separate things? Why do we refer to Hong Kong and China as two separate things? Alright, that's a better question for Chuckles.
I'm not touching that subject. I might go to prison tomorrow.
Hong Kong belongs to China, but historically has got a lot of identity from its time from 100 years after the Opium War, when it was ceded to the UK, and as a result, a lot of the sort of institutions, Hong Kong, Shanghai Banking Corporation, a lot of the laws, a lot of the architecture, all follow the British kind of styling and influence. So the Chinese and culturally, and Chinese and Hong Kong actually are very culturally similar when it comes to traditional values, Chinese weddings, this sort of that. But when it comes to things like government policies and, I should say, government sort of freedom of speech and the freedom to do certain things and censorship in the media and all that sort of stuff, or lack of, it has led to a very, very different in thinking between Chinese and Hong Kong. And that leads to a huge conflict, because China owns Hong Kong, and but the Hong Kongians are very, very proudly not feeling or identifying themselves as mainland Chinese and making that distinction. And there is a huge difference when you go from Hong Kong into China. There is a difference as soon as you go through the border. It's getting more and more parity as we get there. But Shenzhen is the richest part of China. Well, Guangdong province, as you know, in its entirety. When you start going into sort of more like the countryside, it's a completely different kind of scenario. It all comes down to wealth and education at the end of the day. That's pretty much what it is. So so when we are actually referring to Hong Kong and China as two separate things, it's because they really are. They really are. Anything you want to add to that, Chocks?
No, it's a long history lesson.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's a long, long history lesson.
For me, I identify more as Chinese than I do as Hong Kong. Maybe because of the language. The language is also very, very different. Well, I mean, of course, Guangdong province has the same Cantonese, but that's only a small of the whole of China, and Cantonese is very different to Mandarin, as an example. So, yeah. Interesting. Randy, do you DDT both the reg and X? And the answer is no, I don't. I just DDT the X because I've got to make sure those lights work. Sarah Arrington. The bead says that you can't have too many potatoes. What do you do with them all? Do you run a chip wagon as a sideline? We only have a few potatoes, and they're very small. And they're in the garden of F4F. and they are trying their best to grow from minuscule potatoes to slightly less minuscule potatoes. So, yeah, we don't have many potatoes, and we certainly don't have enough potatoes to start making anything like chips or fries.
Sarah's got a really
fun side.
You got a really funny side to you.
Randy Gerards, can you bring Chocks along to the factory once to do a joint TBT? I'd like to see you guys throwing the statue at each other.
At each other, oh my god.
No, you throw it up in the air and I do a sweet chin music on it.
We'll play catch with it.
Catch.
So it never touches the ground.
Yeah, like hot potato. hot small potatoes, potatoes.
Maybe we should stack them up.
And then like go to the top one and like lob it off.
Yeah.
There's got to be a should we do what we should do is a DDT off a floor.
What do you mean off a floor?
Like chuck it down the stairs.
Chuck it down the stairs.
Or out the window.
That's a bit over the top, isn't it?
Literally.
Yeah. Down the stairs that makes sense, but out the window is a bit extreme. Because that ain't gonna happen though. But when statues falling down the stairs, I can see that.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not about it happening or not. It's
just doing exactly what you guys see on the internet. You know, like people kicking it, like really lobbing it, kicking it off a van, out of van.
It might be worth just trying to throw one out of the air, you know, just to see what happens.
Just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
It'd be like F4F's version of Jackass.
Jackass.
You know what I mean? Like,
but then I see a lot of drop tests, and it's kind of just like, really gentle. Like I've seen people do it. Really
ECW.
What's that?
Extreme was an extreme catch wrestling or something like that, you know, like
really?
Yeah, it's like a version of WWE, more extreme, more
extreme.
Hey Philippe, yeah, you joined just in time for
Ace
the
Ventura
weekend.
treatment, yeah. Stick it between the elevator doors and just let it.
Keep going. Tyler Odom, realised my mistake. Missed second half of last week's with work meetings. So I'm thinking of 101. Thinking of 101 of 2 weeks ago. Time is flying by. Thanks for the raw points. You're very welcome. And I agree with the above. Chocks needs to do a DDT. You could do one over here.
I couldn't do one over here. Probably management will complain, right? You just cracked my tiles. Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of the Sea of Thieves statue at Rare by any chance? I posted it on Funday. If not, yeah, I saw it. It looks sweet.
Yeah, I saw it as well.
Have there been any talks about creating something along those lines or anything for Sea of Thieves? Hey, RTF would be great. Low-hanging fruit. If you guys want it, we can easily talk to Rare about it. Michael Pilot, good morning, guys. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. Couldn't make it last week, so I couldn't ask my FMA questions. Were you able to contact FMA licensors for permission to share a sneak with the fan base? I sent them something recently, and they said it looked great. Painted Alphonse. I asked them if I can like sneak it. I'll ask them. I haven't asked them that. It's a good point for reminding me. Because you weren't here last week, I forgot.
Oh, the Alphonse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is the Q1 pre-order still planned for Alphonse? Nope. Knowing Alphonse will be bigger than Bowser, will he be thicker as well as higher or just bigger in general? He's much taller. I mean, he's huge. He is huge. We need to see what the final pricing on that. It's not going to be cheap. As always, F4F is love. F4F is live. Thank you for asking my questions. You are very welcome. Scott Frayne. Will US Majora's Mask be ready by May? Yeah. Easy peasy. How's True Form Mina coming along on the last streets? Will Warp Star Kirby be up for pre-order sometime early or mid Q2 if all goes well? Yeah. Chocks, are you down for teaming up with Alex for the Bowser DDT?
Oh my god, there's 2 boxes. That's right.
Yeah.
Christ. How's that delivery man gonna? He's gonna hold 2 boxes in one go?
No chance. He's gonna have to do 2 journeys.
He has to do 2 journeys.
Yeah,
right?
He's charging us double price, so he should do 2 journeys.
That's true. Yeah.
Nana say, hey guys, I need something to do now. Nana say is done. Can you make a black base for me to rally to have it be replaced? When do you think Snake production will begin so I can start hyping?
Well, it needs to go
It needs to
through
finish
his last chance weekend.
So after Chinese New Year, we look to hit that. Any chance of a Jeremy Clarkson statue?
Well, I don't know,
How's that? What is it called? The Grand Tour, yeah?
I don't mind a new car first.
How's the Grand Tour coming along?
I don't know.
Do people care about that?
I watched a few episodes on that.
Did you watch Top Gear?
Which one? Which
OG.
OG, yeah.
Like religiously?
Back then, yeah.
You did, yeah?
Yeah.
So, have you seen the Grand Tour?
Yeah, I've seen it on the one on Amazon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't.
So why? Why is there no magic?
Was there no magic?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. There's no like the I don't know. Right, the Grand Tour is like kind of inside a tent, right, with like some.
I have no idea.
CG screen or whatever, and then it's. How
No,
did it
no
go?
audience,
Because I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of it, and it just kind of it didn't. You know, I didn't really enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah, the old school was like racing around the track.
They don't do that anymore?
Do they do that in the new one?
Would have thought they'd just do exactly the same thing.
It might be a different track.
Second season is great, says Justin.
Yeah. I tried watching the new one.
So they fixed it.
I tried watching the new Top Gear. The one with the guy from Friends.
Joey.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the
Chris
ginger
Evans.
guy. Yeah.
But he left.
Well, it was crap anyway.
Hmm.
I didn't like the new track as well. That new race track.
Is Joey still doing it?
I don't know. But they always make it like a British American kind of thing, versus kind of thing.
What's his name?
Who? Joey Tribbiani.
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
That's right, Jesse. Something is missing.
Did you see season 2? It's not the same as Top Gear.
What, Grand Tour?
Yeah,
2?
because Justin's saying that they made it better in season 2.
I didn't like that. I think that bit where we invited a guest and had that person like skydiving or getting killed in the background. That was kind of a waste. That was kind of a rubbish section.
No idea.
I did prefer the news thing when all 3 guys were on the settee on the couch and announcing the quick news. That was okay.
This is Grand Tour.
No, the old Top Gear.
Oh, okay.
And like I like it when they go on different continents and doing that kind of stuff. But I don't think they do that in Grand Tour. I could be wrong though. Well, Justin said second season is great, so.
Jessica Alvios. Hello, I joined in late. No problem. I guess my question is, how hard is it to acquire a license? And are there any bumps in the road when you're trying to acquire one? Oh, yeah. It all depends on who it is, whether or not we have a relationship before, and who's there and all that sort of stuff. The answer is, it can be very easy. It can be very hard. Every single one is unique. And there are always bumps in the road. Sometimes the terms that we want sometimes aren't okay. The territories that we want to sell to aren't okay. Sometimes it's this, sometimes there's always a lot of different reasons for bumps. I only ask because of the slight chance that we get an all mic from MHA, and that's right. There's no guarantee that we get anything. Also, yeah. I see that other companies are struggling to bring out the other characters as in PVC, and it's apparently a licensing issue.
For what?
MHA, no idea.
Where? Which question's that?
Jessica. There you go. What issues is
I see other companies struggling with that. I've seen some PVCs out there. I mean, you get your typical Ban Presto PVCs. I believe there's been a Figma, and it's going crazy prices on eBay.
Yeah.
I believe Ban Presto are releasing those prize figures. So, but the new season's coming out in April, so hopefully that might bring more merchandise out. Yeah.
And I say, what happens with number? What happens with number when you don't make it? What happens with the number? What happens with number when you don't make enough statues to fulfill orders and have to rely on cancellations?
With a number?
With. Is he in the stream? Yeah.
He's on the stream, yeah.
What happens with number? Okay, like, say if all the cancellations are high numbers, so people who thought they were getting a low number on even day 1 don't because of this. Oh, hold on.
What?
Okay, well, okay. I think what he's talking about is if you have authenticated numbers 1 to 1,000, right? Everybody's authenticated their statue, right? You were there on day 1 as a new person. 0 hour, 0 seconds, 0 minute. You place your order, but nobody cancels. Sorry, nobody. Every single person from 1 to 1,000 by the next in the range, then you get 1,001. Simple as that. The likelihood of that happening is because most people don't even register their numbers, and also not everyone buys the same in that series. So the answer is, I think that answers your question, I believe. Justin Kennedy. Would you ever consider doing a 1/3 or half scale of statues of your most well-known characters? I would like to see Link in a 1/3 or half scale. Absolutely. I would love to do that. Love to do it. It'd be my honor. Kurt Griswold. Add on to the previous question. How many of the 18650 batteries do the Majora's Mask take? Just the one. It's a beefy one.
It should be underneath the base.
Yeah. Nana say, can I have my heart broken over Valentine's Day and get my broken sword TT? That would allow you to keep rallying and shut you up. Because you can rally that until it gets to 1,000. Good luck with that. I think we saw his fun day.
Which one was that?
His fun day.
He did a
no. Fun day last week. He did one for point and click adventures.
Ah, yeah. What happened to that? Ah, that's right, Justin. Celebs don't die anymore, right? They compete. Oh, they compete now.
What? Would celebs
in
die or something?
In the old Top Gear, they invite a celebrity and they drove the Prius. Is the Prius?
What is it? A star in a
car, star in a best prize car, whatever it is, yeah. And they race against the clock and they got like a leaderboard, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's talking about the new Grand Tour.
Or did they murder the celebs?
Well, the first couple of episodes was like that. It's like they invite a celeb and then all of a sudden they don't do anything, just stand around and then they die or whatever.
What the
Yeah, some stupid gig, like trying to be funny, but it's not funny at all. But he's saying that now they compete.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's right. Poor Grim Fandango.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a TT for that one.
There was, yeah. Manny. And what about PVC Zelda? Any more thoughts on that? Sorry, but all the questions had a bit of a mad week, so a bit behind. The answer is nope. I haven't thought about anything on that because there is so much other stuff that we're working on for that right now. Before we even get there, got to get through. Like, don't want to think about Zelda or anything like that. Like Zelda's statues at all until I get true form out the way, get Shaker Slate out the way, write a link to the physical stage. Once we get through that, then I can start being a bit more thinking about that. So no point thinking about any of that until I get through the approval process. Scott Frayne, since you guys are going to be making more Fighter Kirby's to fulfill the remaining orders, have you considered making more to fulfill waitlisters? I'm assuming not. I thought I'd ask. The answer is we can only make until 200. So we can only fulfill those waitlisters if they're part of that 200 range, unfortunately. Michael Pilot, not so much a question, but more of a request. If you ever post a sneak peek of Alphonse, make sure you tag me in it, please. So much going on the club, I wouldn't want to miss that in the world. Are you? He's always been talking about.
Is he your friend though? Make sure you add Alex as a friend, so when Alex makes a post, you should get a notification.
Indeed. Colin, are you itching to make a Claymore figure so I can have a Claire to put next to Guts so he's not lonely? What's that TT? It's like miserable, God, isn't it?
I would love to. I would personally.
It's a nice one.
This would be like that question that we're saying. Is this your personal favorite thing?
You marry her.
This would be another personal thing that would be great as a statue.
Aramis. Nice little loading screen. Only 182.
I know. Christ. 182 for yes, 307 for no. Oh man, you guys should really check out the manga and the anime.
You're a big fan, yeah?
Yeah, it's alright. It's actually alright.
Let's see a pic of her.
Oh, pic of her, yeah?
Summon to our eye.
There's nothing wrong with her eye. Oh, there? I can't remember that. I can't remember that part. But they, you know, like, they're not your.
Oh, her sword is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, they're not your typical human. The animation's like, you know, it's really good.
It's really good, yeah. So the answer is, I'm itching for that to get to 700.
I mean, there's not many. Honestly, there's not many merchandise out there. One company did make a couple of PVC figures for it, and they go for crazy prices on eBay.
Is it? Cool. All right, guys, it is time for you to hit that test because it's gonna be who dat. So hit test to make sure that it's seeing on your screen. That is
That's right, Michael. He's probably sent you a friend invite.
Cool, perfectly. Yeah. Star in a reasonably priced card. That's what it was.
Test.
So the timing is much better this week. You know, sort of like.
Nice one, Martin. Ryan Miller, Colin Matthew. Philip. Amanda Kirby, you still awake? Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Hold on, let me just write that down. Pause again. Oh, it's a funny font. Funny font.
Yeah. All right, we got it.
Character, guys. Not the series, but the character. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for the support.
All right, guys. Here we go. It's time for who dat. Good luck, guys. 8K up for grabs. In 3, 2, 1. Who dat? Should do the test. the transportation test. Who dat? Let us know in the comments.
My God. Ooh. That's kind of a giveaway.
That's not a giveaway.
No, like before, yeah. Before would have been a giveaway.
Who dat? For Kirby. Because I just looked at the pink.
Yeah,
for Kirby.
Yeah. Ooh, so cold, guys. So cold. Cow. What the hell?
There's a black one
there. Ooh. Yeah.
Why is it moving?
Ooh.
Don't do this to me.
Ooh.
No, it's okay. Doesn't say it. Yeah.
Okay.
Who dat? Let's have a quick look to make sure if anybody's actually got it right. No? No. No way they're going to get it from here, yeah. Who dat? They got some better ideas here, Pink Panther.
Picking 2 winners, guys. 2 winners.
This is a tough one this week. Who dat?
2 winners to be chosen, each potentially up to 8,000 reward points.
Who dat? Okay, we're going to zoom out a little bit further. Here we go, guys. Who dat? We have it. We have it. Well done.
On our screen, guys. From our screen.
Good job.
Let me just type this. Yep.
Why is it not the full screen? Bang on, Penelope pit stop. Well done to... There was 2 guys. The first one is...
Yeah, same as me?
Matt and Ashley. Unfortunately, Chris just missed it.
Yeah.
Did you get that bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt and Ashley.
Matt Watkins.
Matt Watkins.
And Ashley
Lang.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Unfortunate to Chris Hildebrand Jr. You just missed it. But great effort for those guys. Penelope Pit Stop is indeed this week's Who That choice. So congratulations to Matt and Ashley. Chocks. Predictions.
Yeah.
Give us a bit of a recap. Well, last week we had 2 winners. So this week it's got to be 0.
Because they walked away.
They're all scared now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're scared.
You know, what was it?
That doesn't count, right? If they walked away, does that count? It doesn't really give me a choice, like, to say, you know, I didn't, like, you know, destroy them or anything like that. They just walked away.
Oh, because they're scared.
All right, then.
Yeah, they took one look at the boss man at level 1 and ran the hell away.
I know.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
All right, then. I'll go 50-50. One of you guys will win.
How many points?
That as well. Jesus,
Yeah.
points.
Yeah. The one who's going to win, how many points is he going to win?
1,000.
And then he's going to walk away,
I'm being very generous here. Yeah.
1,000 points.
1,000.
Who's going to win?
Who's gonna win
Yeah.
now? I can't say that.
Well, you can always make a prediction.
But if I say, you know, the name already, then the other guy's like, oh, why bother playing? Yeah.
Well, maybe you write it down then.
All right, I'll write it down.
Write it down. 1,000 I give for that one, yeah?
Yeah.
1,000.
All right then, yeah.
Interesting. We will see. All right, Matt, you are up. Good luck. Here we
Good
go.
luck, Matt.
3 coins in our hands. We have 1 hand that does not have anything in it. You have a choice of number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. 3 coins, 4 hands, 75% chance.
Matt first.
All you need to do, Matt, is just say which hand has a coin in it. So good luck with that.
Which hand has a coin?
Which hand has a coin in it? For a chance to win 500 war points, let us know 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, Martin says number 1. Victor says number 1.
Oh
Matt
God.
is just gone and
That
said
was
number
great.
4. All right, well, I can tell you that if you had chosen hand number 2, you would be sitting there with 500 war points. If you chosen hand number 3, you would have been sitting there with 500 war points. But no, you decided to go 50-50. And 3, 2, 1. Oh! Well done, mate. Number 4 has it. You have 500 war points. Now, will you continue to play?
Or will you walk away?
3 points, 3 hands, 2 coins. For a chance to win 1,000 war points, you can walk away with 500 war points. There's no shame in it.
Yeah.
Brennan did it last week, and so did Paul.
Yeah.
Walked away with 500 war points.
Yeah.
If you want to go for it, you have a 66% chance. Choose another hand number 1. Number 1.
I'm sorry.
Number 2 or number 3.
I'm just reading the comments. Amanda Coe says, walk away.
For a chance. Now, Brenton says number 2.
Matt says, let's
Victor
go.
says 2. Martin says number 2. Everyone's saying number 2. Will you listen to that? Oh, Cedric says number 3.
Yes.
One's feeling a bit sad. No one's choosing that.
Why is no one choosing my fist?
He's gone for number 2. No ifs or buts. I can tell you something, Matt. If you had chosen hand number 3, you'd be sitting there with 1,000 war points. But no, just like the last time, you decided to make it more difficult. You went for 50-50 in 3, 2, 1. Oh! 1,000 raw points.
Then 2,000, then 4,000, then 8,000. Just 3 more games.
Whoa, that's
3 more
interesting.
games.
We haven't had someone so confident like this in a while, Chokes.
I know.
Just coming into our house.
We shall
basically putting his feet up on the couch. He doesn't care about. He's not scared of you. He's opened the door.
Yeah, who's Matt Watkins?
Yeah, well, he's kicking ass right now. Matt, if you decide to continue, there is a 50-50 chance. We have on here is a coin. It is a
A flower?
Yeah, behind faces.
You see it?
Hold on. There is a flower. Hold on 1 second. Where the hell is it? Gordon Bennett. What's wrong with it? There you go. We have a flower, or we have a number 1. So number or flower. If you want to go for 2,000 reward points, it is a 50-50 chance. Here it is.
Or you could walk away.
You could walk away.
With 1,000.
There you go. I've done it now. If you decide to walk away, just let us know what you would have gone for. He says, let's keep going.
Yes.
Oh.
Shaky hands.
You're someone so ballsy recently.
Yeah.
I like it.
2,000, huh? You want to go for 2,000? Come on, flower.
Flower.
Yeah, you didn't even have to wait for the question.
What? Oh, here we go.
If you're going for flower, I have to go for the number.
Here we go.
I want my points back.
He's going for, how many is it, for 2K?
For 2K.
Jeez.
Be brave.
Good luck. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Denied. Oh, I do apologise.
Good game.
GG. Just make sure that you can see it. It is indeed the number 1. Yeah. It's there. It is number 1.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky.
Unlucky, mate.
Unlucky,
But Matt,
Matt.
I liked the audacity to walk in. All I can say is, so far, Chocks, your prediction's right.
Hold on, you just gave it away. That means that Ashley's definitely gonna win.
Well, we'll see. Unlucky, Matt. You did a really great job. I liked how it just came in.
Yeah, I'm glad you're having this. Well, that was fun.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah.
but thanks for being a good sport. All right, Ashley, you've
nice
seen.
one, Amanda. See, Amanda, you came back in the stream. You know, my backup there.
Ashley, you have now seen maybe yourself watch what Matt did, and maybe in your mind you would have gone, "Oh no,
my
man,
prediction is
it
that
would have
you're
been
gonna
number."
win. You are the winner tonight. Don't disappoint me.
See what is going on. Here we go. Matt, I'm going to assume... Sorry, Ashley, I'm going to assume you're still there. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Boom! 4 hands. 3 coins. 75% chance to win 500 reward points. What is up, Miguel? Thanks for joining.
Yo, Miguel.
Is it going to be a coin in hand number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4 for a chance to win 1,500 reward points? You know, you have the backing of Chocks. He thought that you were going to win. Didn't say how many, but he said that you were going to win. He was right about Matt. Is he going to be right about you? See, Victor says number 1. Cedric says number 2. But Ashley, the only person I care about is, what do you say? Ronald says 3. Now, are you going to go into peer pressure? Or will you make your own mind up? What would you go for, Chocks? I know what I'd go for.
I'd go for the winning hand.
All right, yeah.
Winning hand.
The winning hand?
The winning hand.
The winning hand. Carol says number 3. Look at that. Brenton says number 4. So we have...
And everyone's going for your hand tonight. Oh, actually, no.
No.
Devon went for number 2.
Yeah. And also Victor says
Ashley's
1.
going for number 1.
Oh, he's done it. He's gone for number 1. I can tell you, had you gone for hand number 2, you would have been sitting there with 500 reward points.
Ooh, easy.
If you'd gone for hand number 3 and listened to Ronald Jacobs, you'd be sitting there with 500 reward points. But no, you decided to go for hand number 1. All I can say is in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's there. Congratulations.
There you go, winner.
So, I mean, when you said a winner, did you just think he was just going to run away with 500? He's like, poke the bear and run away.
Could be.
Or would he go up to the bear and slap it in the face? Just poke the bear and run away.
Let's see, innit?
Let's see.
Let's see what game he's got on.
What is up, Miguel? Indeed, do not worry, mate. There's only 3 hours to catch up on. All right, Devon. Oh no, sorry. Ashley, we are down to 3 hands, 2 coins, 66% chance to win 1,000 reward points. Will you walk away with 500 reward points and make Chocks the correct predictor.
Yep.
We call him Mystic Chocks because he predicts who's the winner going to be. Or will you keep on going? If you do decide to walk away, let us know what hand you would have gone for. Now, Brenton says number 1. Martin says number 3. I was about to never trust Chocks again. Carol says number 2. It is a very, very interesting scenario, Chocks.
That's right, yes. Would you go for number 1?
Number 2 or number 3? Now, Cedric says number 2, just like Carol does. But at the end of the day, Ashley, you're your own person. Yes. You've got to make your own choice. Victor says 3. We are about to peer pressure. Will you walk away with 500? If you walk away, no problem. Just let us know what you would have gone for. Devon says 3. Look into my eyes.
Ashley's like, oh my god, I got to make this prediction.
No,
correct.
Ashley's like, I'm going to go make a tea. Cedric trusts my fists. Vincent says flower. We're not there right now, mate. Ashley decides to go for number 3. Ooh. All right, well, I can say something. Had you gone for hand number 1, you would have been sitting there with 1,000 reward points.
Oh, good luck.
But no, you decided to go 50-50 in 3, 2, 1. Oh, denied!
I'm disappointed.
Oh, denied. But the balance...
I had you as a winner tonight.
The balance is restored. Last week, 2 winners. This week, what goes up, Chocks? Must calm down. Unfortunately, Ashley, I do apologise, but denied. It is only... it is...
It's only 500 points.
No, Matt got to not level 1. He got to level 3.
Oh, right. Sorry, my bad.
Got to level 3 and died. And it got to level 2 and died.
I write it as in they completed and then died because it doesn't really count.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Level, of course, level 1 makes it level 1, yeah. Unlucky guys, Matt and Ashley, thanks for being good sports. The question is, will you be in the hot seat next week? For next week's Who Dat. It's the best part of the stream.
Yes.
And then you just become so alive when you see someone like not get the points or they get denied. Chocks isn't really disappointed.
Come on, girls. We need some girl players. Like when's the last time we had a female?
Angela came in and bloody smacked it all down.
Oh my god, the girls actually did better. Like the last female player was Jacqueline.
Yeah. JT.
She walked away with
1,000.
Boy, girl. Boy, oh my god. Boy, girl.
Oh, Jessica.
Yeah.
JC got to level 3, so that would have been. Is that level 1? Is that?
Celine played as well.
Yeah.
Need more girls. Boy, girl.
Oh, she
Elena.
Yeah. Eleanor got 1K. Yeah.
Boy, girl.
See, this can't be right. How can you get to level 3 and walk away with 1K, and get to level 2 and walk away with 1K?
Maybe
level 2 but died, so it is like it's 1,000 points. So it is get to that. So yeah, what you're riding on. But most importantly, Angela.
Yeah.
Angela. Written in F4F history.
Girl power, look at that.
Written in F4F history. 4K. 4K. And took it home.
Oh my gosh, you're like... Could have took the 8K crown.
Like, do you know how difficult anybody's to get anywhere near the 4K?
I don't think she's ever played... I don't think she's online playing this since. Right? She hasn't been online for a while, I think.
Well, every time she comes on, she wins 4K. Yeah, so Natalie Mangan, did the last gender poll not show up that the CC is sausage fest? No one has no girls. Yeah. 20% ladies.
19.6, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's right.
19.6. 4K and scare the shit out of you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I thought that was going to be like giving away all the time.
Like, oh my god, it's like so
easy.
Early.
Yeah.
It's literally the third episode. 4th player. 37, because 37 only had 1 game.
Yeah, so just testing it out.
Yeah, and then boom.
No. There was an OG Who Dat.
OG?
Oh no.
That was the first one.
We just did it once.
3 p.m. Yeah. There was only one. We only played it once, and it's like, oh yeah, let's add another player the following week.
He lost on the 500 points for God's sake.
Oh, he got on the winning. He got on the game seat. That counts as well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Sweet, guys. Much appreciated. We'll be on the stream for another 5 minutes. 87 people at the close, and we will be doing Feeding Frenzies within 15 minutes in the Club Chocks.
Yeah, let's just give a final shout out.
Yo.
Yeah. So last week, actually should have been a blog post anyway, but Nintendo New York. Yeah, Nintendo New York. If you guys are there this weekend, I believe Greg might be there over the weekend. There's a new Kirby game coming out, and the Fighter Kirby is one of the main prize of the event.
Excelente.
So if you got anyone's there, let us know how it went. Take some photos or videos. It'll be interesting to see how that event go, or whether actually Fighter Kirby is there. Right, I trust you, Nintendo, but right, but yeah, that'd be quite interesting. And what else? Pose. Artorias is up for the award for outstanding paint and best statue for the Michael Crawford
Poppies.
Yep, Poppies Captain Toys / AKA Captain Toys 2017 Poppies Award. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, that's. I think the votes are going to be there for another week. So, guys, if you haven't voted yet, jump in there.
And vote for us if you believe that. If we should, if we should do that.
These awards are about you guys, basically. So, if you made Artorias a double winner, that'd be quite. It'd be quite interesting. Yeah, it's a good laugh. Yeah, and apart from that. What else? The partnership rings are still ongoing. So check that out. Life Ring. I've seen a lot of people receiving the rings, previous rings before.
Josh was saying he was an OG. Who that?
Really? Not on my thing. Can't be. No, Josh was in episode 38. Yeah, you're episode 38, mate.
How did he do?
Level
2 walked away with 1K.
Yeah.
Coward. I mean, sorry, did I say that out loud? Actually, getting to 1K now is actually pretty alright. We didn't appreciate how difficult it is to get past that.
Yeah. But once, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I guess people have different game tactics or game styles or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then obviously from next Friday, hopefully we'll be at the C3 show, take some photos and videos for Spike and Jet Black, yeah. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Fingers crossed on that.
And happy birthday, Miranda. Our lovely admin.
Congratulations on that. Happy birthday.
Hope you're feeling well.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miranda. Happy birthday to you. And I hope the F4F Club gives you your positive feedback. 700 votes on Ori and the Blind Forest.
That'd be the best birthday present.
There you go.
For Miranda.
There you go. That'd be very, very nice. Hey, Michael Lai, you decided to join at 1:20 in the morning. First Q&A, by the way. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. Lovely just to hang out with you guys on a Friday. Chocks, is there anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
No, but we're definitely working really hard towards the next launch. Hopefully, fingers crossed, stuff will go well and we can launch something soon.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. And absolutely, guys. So that is it for this week. It is February the 2nd, 2018, Friday Q&A with Chocks A number 50.
6.
And we will be back at it again next week. As always, we will be in the club. We will see you on Fun Day. Let the cream rise to the top. I've enjoyed how that's working. I think it's...
suggestions, hype pose. Yeah.
It's been excellent. As always, more feedback, more videos, more everything. And as always, much appreciated, guys. All right, guys. So thank you so much. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Chuckles.
F4F is love.
F4F is life.
I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Oh, don't cut off yet. Don't cut off just yet.
So we've got to sit here for half an hour
We're
inside.
Sit here
For 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Can we put any faces while we're sitting here?
Because that video cuts off and then we just lost you. Like.
Yeah, but that one was a bit more exacerbated by the fact it was 2 hours, sort of 2 minutes long. And it was a shame that we gave all those reveals in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, that new license announcement.
Well, those things that I can't talk about this week, but you were happy to talk about it last week. Shame we got cut off, wasn't it?
I have mood swings. So last week was okay, but not this week.
But only okay at the part right at the end of the stream,
right?
Yeah, it's a shame. Laters, yo!